News Update.
I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. A man's in the hospital after someone shot him in Fort Myers. It happened last night at the D&D grocery store in Chevron Station. Crime Stoppers is offering a cash reward of up to $3,000 for any information that leads to an arrest. Today, the woman accused of using Layla Aiken's death to steal your money is back in court. Randy Romanoff is one of the founders of Lights for Layla. Police say she spent thousands of dollars given to the organization to eat at restaurants, shop, and stay at a resort on Fort Myers Beach. The organization was supposed to raise money to make bus stops safer for children after a hit-and-run driver killed Layla at her Cape Coral bus stop. A kind stranger risked his own life to save 2 children from drowning at the beach, and now that family is searching for him so they can thank him. The Bowen family was out on their jet skis at Gasparilla Island State Park near the Boca Grande Lighthouse last weekend when a strong wave knocked 2 of their children into the water. Even with life jackets, the kids struggled, so that stranger jumped in to save them. The family believes the man is their guardian angel, but they only know that his name might be Freddie. President Trump will be in Florida today. He'll be in Jupiter highlighting what he's done for the environment. The president asked for $250 million in this year's budget, money to reduce discharges from Lake Okeechobee and increase water storage capacity. On Thursday, Democratic vice presidential nominee Kamala Harris will be in Miami. This will be her first in-person appearance in Florida since accepting the nomination last month. The man caught on video screaming racial slurs at a black woman in Collier County will face a judge today to set a date for his next hearing. Jeffrey Rouse is still behind bars after threatening that woman at a stoplight. His lawyer says Rouse is incompetent to stand trial. He's been institutionalized repeatedly for mental illness. Right now, the state attorney is considering adding a hate crime to the list of charges he's facing. A discount store is expanding to help you make ends meet. Sunflower Discount Market in North Fort Myers is booming in large part because of the pandemic. Sunflower fills its shelves with discontinued, damaged, or almost expired goods. The store sells them for about half off. Sunflower Discount Market will open up its next store in Englewood next month. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News Traffic.
Good Tuesday morning. Back to work and back to the roads. Pretty quiet commute out across most of Southwest Florida, but we are watching a crash in Cape Coral along Del Prado Boulevard North, just north of Kismet. That's going to be at Avril Boulevard. Northbound lanes are closed off after an injury crash from early this morning. We expect that road to start opening back up in the next hour or so, but we'll keep you updated as we get more details from Cape Coral Police. Looking clear on 41. Our bridge commute between North Fort Myers and downtown Fort Myers, nice and quiet. And the commute on the bridges between Cape Coral and Fort Myers on the midpoint and Cape Coral bridges, nice and clear. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After sunshine and some pretty quiet weather early on into your Tuesday, eventually we will see another round of scattered rain and storms this afternoon and this evening, capable of locally heavy rain. Watch out for some street flooding and cloud-to-ground lightning. 90 degrees today, 90 degrees for tomorrow as we rinse and repeat with more rounds of scattered showers and storms all the way towards your weekend. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour. There's the left way, and then there's the right way. 92.5 Fox News. The conservative, smart, right voice of Southwest Florida.
When I see something beautiful, I want to capture that moment. A photo really is worth more than 1,000 words. That photo isn't very good if it's not in focus.
Mrs. Buck loves photography, but glasses were getting in her way.
Even though photography is just a hobby, it's something I really care about, and it's good to know that Dr. Liz cared about me just as much.
We really don't want bad vision to keep people from doing the things they love.
Community Eye Center really does have the most caring doctors in sight.
Hi, this is Dr. Scheibel from Community Eye Center. My partner, Dr. Spatafora, and I want to remind everybody, don't be a spreader. The coronavirus is so tiny, 100 million particles fit on the head of a pin. As we run around in our trucks and cars and play golf and go fishing and go to work and do the things we like to do, we are spreading the virus. The virus can only move with us. Over 65, diabetes, COPD, all these folks will be hurt severely by this virus. Wash your hands, be careful, don't be a spreader.
Get the best sleep of your life. Helix makes personalized mattresses to fit your unique body type and sleep preferences. Go to helixsleep.com and get up to $200 off mattress orders.
At 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, our comfort specialists can handle any AC repair. Just call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay time.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
I'm Harvey Massey. Think about this for a moment. Pest control involves applying pesticides inside your home, whether needed or not. And settle for pest control when you can trust Massey's Pest Prevention. It's guaranteed or your money back. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. I am so glad you are here. 239-479-5592. There is the talk and text line. We are streaming live on YouTube. Watch. Look at us. Look at me. Look at who? Look at Jake. Look at Jake, that millennial, getting a day yesterday to enjoy something. I don't know what he enjoyed. What did you enjoy yesterday, Jake? What did you enjoy? Anything at all? Food? Beach? Sleep?
Barbecue, and I made music all day.
All right. Hey, making music is an awesome thing. That is a lot of fun. Great hobby, great fun. Sometimes you can even make a buck or two, and it's nice, and you make some music, and then all of a sudden people recognize the work that you're doing, and then you start to get some notoriety, and people start to sign you on, and then you start to make money until people realize that you haven't had a hit lately, and then all of a sudden they stop paying attention to you. I'm not saying that happened to me. Yes, it did. But anyway, that's a whole other story. Wow, what a way to start off a Monday, Tuesday. It's actually Tuesday, but it feels like a Monday for some. Hopefully you had a great weekend this Labor Day, laboring or non-laboring as the case may be. By the way, YouTube streaming live each and every day. You can subscribe to the channel. That helps to keep us going. Thank you for everybody for subscribing and keeping this going. So a lot to touch on this morning. Let's get right to some of it. First, let me start by saying there was something electric this weekend that was happening. And I'm not talking about the non-electric in the state of California where they've had to ration electricity. Has anybody even taken a step back to realize that the state of California, this ginormous state, this state that we are constantly told is the backbone of the United States, do you realize the kind of GDP that California alone puts out, that if you were just to allow California to float into the ocean, that as a country, what kind of power, GDP power the state of California has? You need us. Yeah, that California. Does anybody realize, has anybody talked about, Jake, maybe, have you heard about this, that they're rationing power? You have to shut the power off after 3 p.m. Well, not shut the power off, but you have to turn your thermostats up to 78, and you have to ration power in California right now because it's so hot that there's no way that the grid can handle it. They just can't do it. Is it because there's lots of people in California and they haven't had the time to create the infrastructure needed to make sure that everyone in California can enjoy air conditioning and electricity at their leisure? No, that wouldn't be the case. Is it because, that it is impossible to take a state the size of California and give everybody the electric that they need? No. Is it because liberal, communist, socialist bureaucrats, governors, and mayors and the like in cities all across California and the elected officials decided that they wanted to go with solar and wind as their majority. And of course, it doesn't pan out that you can provide enough power when you have a surge of individuals who are trying to deal with upper 90s to 100-degree temperatures in areas of California, as it has every year, every single year they go through this. And so the grid can't handle it because they decided that they wanted to be all crunchy and the like. And so instead of building a grid that's sustainable, no, we can't do that. We have to ration to prove to everybody that we are eco-conscious. And the heck with all of you if you can't deal with the fact that your thermostat's going to have to be turned up to 78 through all of this, and you're going to have to kind of stay away from certain things because we want to make sure it's fair. That this is the nonsense that's happening in communist social in Venezuela, in California. Rationing of electricity in a state in the United States in 2020. Nobody wants to talk about that. So we'll just move along, and we won't talk about that ourselves, but we will talk about the electricity in the air in Southwest Florida, as many people were talking about the Biden boat parades. Did you hear about those, Jake? The big Biden for president Biden boat parades here in Southwest Florida?
Course.
You did, right? They were enormous. There were so many people that were taking part in the Biden boat parades that the news was covering it. They had drones that were flying over, Biden for president flags that were all over the place. People getting onto TVs all across the state of Florida that were talking to news outlets, talking about how Joe Biden's our guy and we're super excited about voting for him, and we cannot wait.
Facts.
And we cannot wait for the facts to come out that everybody is excited. Electricity around, even around Southwest Florida. The Biden boat parade, from what I understand, was record-setting. They're considering it could be Guinness Book of World record-setting number of boats out this weekend for the Biden boat parade, and I think that's pretty exciting. And I think Democrats should feel warm and fuzzy about that. I think they should be really happy. Jake, do you want to stop me at any time during this conversation about the Biden boat parade at all? Do you want to stop me for just one quick second?
What?
The Biden boat parade. Do you want to stop me?
It doesn't even sound right.
It doesn't sound right. Oh, that's right. It's not right because it was actually the Trump boat parade. The reason why I said jokingly the reason why I was bringing it up this way, the Biden boat parade as opposed to the Trump boat parade, is because I'm not kidding. Not one, but a couple of local media outlets over the weekend, and if you Google it, you can find out who they were locally. We're talking about how there were going to be big Trump and Biden boat parades around Southwest Florida. Oh, they were going to be big. Oh, they were going to be big. Was there one? Was there one boat that said Biden for president on the side anywhere? Was it on the side of the road? Was it stuck in the mud because somebody was trying to take it to the county dump because it doesn't hold water out anymore? Can somebody tell me where the Biden for president boat was?
The Kraken got it.
That's probably what it is. Isn't the Kraken? It's like a giant squid.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Where was the Kraken famous? Wasn't Release the Kraken? What was that from?
The
Anyone?
movies with Johnny Depp, the pirate guy.
Oh,
Pirates of the Caribbean.
The Pirates. Oh, Is it Pirates of the Caribbean or is it Pirates of the Caribbean? You know, we've never established that as well. These are
very important questions.
As we start this Monday, actually Tuesday. 239-479-5592 on the talk and text line. Maybe somebody wants to text and explain. Is it Caribbean or Caribbean? Can we put this to rest? Pirates of the Caribbean or Pirates of the Caribbean? Yeah, we have to figure this out. Okay. So Casey in Cape Coral said that there were two boats that he witnessed and they were flicking everybody off as they went by. Sounds
about right.
That is very Democrat-esque. Yeah, I thought it was humorous that there were local media outlets who were quick to point out to people who would read or listen that there were Biden bike parades. There were Biden boat parades somewhere in Southwest Florida, as well as Trump. Because Joe Biden had his own parade. Where was it? Marcelo in Cape Coral said the Titans movie. There was a Kraken in the Titans. What's the Titans? Clash of the Titans. Have you ever heard of Clash of the Titans, Jake?
I have, but I don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah, I don't think I have either. Clash of the Titans. That was a football movie, right? Or was that
I think so, yeah.
I'm not sure if it was either.
Maybe not.
No, I don't know.
How would they get a Kraken in, the football?
Who knows? Unless they had the Newport Richie Krakens.
I see what you did there.
Yep. Okay. Anyway, so a big, I guess you could say thank you. A big thank you so much, Southwest Florida, for doing it, having together this boat parade that was record-setting and across the state. Thank you to the state of Florida for putting together in different areas. Jupiter, right? Jupiter had a big boat parade there as well. And I'm just wondering, seriously, I'm really wondering where the Biden boat parade was, because we were told by local media that there was one. And it was a focus too. I think there were a couple of people that were talking about doing it, and there were like 6 boats, and 4 of them didn't even have motors, I don't think. Richard, did you want to explain? Richard, is it Pirates of the Caribbean or is it Pirates of the Caribbean? Is it Caribbean or Caribbean? Which one is it?
Actually, both are correct. It was named for the Carib Indians that lived down there. And you can say Caribbean or Caribbean, just like you could say economics or economics.
Ah, I never thought about that. Or you could say refrigerator or fridge, or
tomato.
No, that's not even. I went through this whole. Funny you say that, Richard, because I went through this with my son over the weekend. Because 2 things happened. One was his hamster got loose. And we got up yesterday morning at about 7:30 a.m. and we were sitting there getting ready to have breakfast, and there it went running across the floor, and it was like, "Hey, did somebody see a mouse?" Yeah, it was his hamster. And then we started to talk about how it was under the fridge, and the name fridge got brought up, and how frigidaire, refrigerator, or how certain items have names that you say that aren't actually the product. For example, petroleum jelly. You never say, "Hey, I just burned my finger. Can you get me the petroleum jelly?" What do you say, Richard? You say
Vaseline.
Right. See? Like the brand name thing. So there's
get me a Kleenex.
Right. Get me a Kleenex, which is right. Jay, can you grab me a facial tissue, please? Just saying that makes me feel like I have to hold my pinky up while I'm drinking my coffee. It's kind of strange. Maybe it's just me.
Yep.
All right, Richard. Carib Indians. Were they here before or after the Calusa? You seem to know a lot.
Contemporaneously.
Okay, so and they were also here together.
Same time.
Right. I see what I
did.
did.
Well, no, see, they were down in the Caribbean or Caribbean, while the Calusa were here in Florida.
How do you know so much about this, Richard? Is this just your hobby, fun? You like to do this, or are you a teacher? Or
well, years ago, I was the museum educator at the Fort Myers Historical Museum.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
And yes, I am a teacher.
Okay. Well, so let me ask you this, Richard. We're constantly told about how the evil English, the white man evil came over here. The Europeans came and pretty much decimated. We're the warring faction. Hey, did Indians ever fight each other, or were there any warring factions of Indians? Did they ever fight each other?
Interesting little story here.
Yeah.
It won't take too long.
No, take your time.
There's a place that we know of called Key West, which is a corruption of the Spanish of Cayo Hueso, which means island of bones. You can even go down there, and they have the Bone Island shuttle and Bone Island liquors because they know that it means island of bones. And the Spanish called it that because when they first got there, it was filled with bones from being a battleground.
Who? Oh, so you mean because some other some other European? Wait, Richard. So because some other European came down and was decimating. No. So what was it then?
No, they were fighting. The Indians were fighting each other.
Really?
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Huh? Did the Calusa Indians fight?
Absolutely,
they did.
They were a rather warlike tribe. Yes.
Really? Richard,
yeah.
I want to make sure that we get your number. I want to put you on hold, and I would love to have Jake be able to call you because it is fascinating that when I bring up Trump County, we want to change the name of Lee County, Trump County, cancel culture. You know how that goes, right? And people have said, no, we should change the name to Calusa County. I wonder how long those same people that say we should change the name to Calusa County might realize that the Calusa Indians weren't exactly sitting here and just minding their own business, making great food and growing stuff. That they kind of did other things too, right? It's a interesting history that they have. Okay. Hey, is that okay, Richard? Can I? Because I would love to get.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. So, Jake, put Richard on hold. Get his number because you never know when we may need Richard. To come back on the air with us and talk a little bit about that ditty, because we're not allowed to do that. See, it's the cancel culture 1619 project, critical race theory, all of these things that came up in the past 24 hours. The president even talked about that. Critical race theory will not be taught. Will be something that is not going to continue in any way, shape, or form at a government level. People are like, well, what is? I don't even know what critical race theory. What does that even mean? What? The administration is banning critical race theory training at federal agencies. Why is that a big deal? That's a really big deal, and it goes right into why we have said this before, everybody. And I'm just telling you right now, a couple of things you're going to learn this morning as we get through it. Number one. You need to know about what critical race theory is, why the president is saying we need to ban it, and training of it at federal agencies. The second thing is that there is a cancel culture that is out there where if you don't think that they're coming for Lee County soon, they're going to come for everything. The cancel culture has to cancel itself because ultimately they'll find the folly in what they are trying to do in themselves, just like I just mentioned. Calusa Indians, they weren't sitting around here in this area, Southwest Florida, hundreds, thousands of years ago and sitting around and just minding their own business. They were warring factions. They were doing what we're told only the Europeans did in coming to the Americas. That's right. But we'll get into the critical race theory issue. We'll get into what the president said about 1619 Project Slavery. Because he was asked about that at a press conference yesterday. You know, the kind of press conference that the president has no problem putting together, and Joe Biden has every intention of staying away from. Unless he has 2 or 3 people around him in a circle where he can read off a teleprompter.
Not a joke.
Not a joke. All right, let's take a break right now. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
This Fox News Business Report is presented by Big Island Builders, whose reputation for quality homes at a fair price is unsurpassed in Naples.
And this is the Fox Business Report.
Investors hoping for a post-holiday rebound after a tumultuous few days on Wall Street last week, in part because of the slower-than-expected job growth in August. Job cuts may be looming at ExxonMobil. The company is facing a $48 billion shortfall through 2021 because of ill-timed bets on rising demand that didn't pan out. The global pandemic drove energy demand down. Oil prices have tumbled 35% since the beginning of the year. Samsung and Verizon announcing a $6.65 billion deal in which the Korean equipment manufacturer will develop additional 5G infrastructure for Verizon's networks. Japan reporting its economy shrank even more than reported in the second quarter. Its gross domestic product down 28% because of the impact of the coronavirus shutdowns. Asian stock markets closing Tuesday higher. I'm Jack Callahan. That's the Fox Business Report. Invested in you.
Today, everyone is expecting you to maintain a new level of clean, from customers and employees to students and staff. Cintas has the essential products and services to help you carry out cleaning protocols effectively. We'll keep you well stocked with cleaning supplies, professionally laundered uniforms, and other essentials like face masks, hand sanitizer, and thermometers. Give everyone the confidence they need to keep coming back. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Drew Steele in the morning and Trey Radel in the afternoon. 2 doses of what cures liberalism. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Has the little blue pill let you down? Our expert medical staff at mymensclinic.com can and will help. Guys, if you're suffering from ED, we can fix it. Even if you have tried Viagra and other drugs and they've failed you, we will help. Studies have shown that we offer the most effective non-surgical treatments for ED, even if you have other medical conditions. They're generally no problem. We know that hearing "we can try again next weekend" is tough. When what you want to hear is wow, we at mymensclinic.com have helped thousands of men just like you, thousands more nationally. We can make one simple guarantee, and we do. See our licensed medical staff. If we can't show you positive results during that first appointment, that appointment is free. Guys, let's get the wow back in the bedroom. Guys, let's book online at mymensclinic.com or call 239-307-0125. That's 239-307-0125. Again, mymensclinic.com.
Hey, it's Drew Steele talking to my good friend Dave Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters. And I love talking to Dave because when I talk to Dave, I know that that means he has something special for you. In this case, like I have in my home, Core Tech is absolutely amazing, Dave. And I got to tell you, I love it. My wife loves it. And boy, you've got a lot of Core Tech right now in stock.
Yes, we do. And we've got about 6 or 7 truckloads coming to beat the tariff increase. And we're going to guarantee a freeze of the prices on all our in-stock Core Tech. We're not going to go up 50 cents a square foot, and we're going to save it for our customers.
And so when it comes to Core Tech, I mean, it is just amazing the selection that you have. And not only that, the installation is incredible. What you do there is fantastic.
Yes, and we stock 100 colors of Core Tech.
Floor Meisters, 6281 Naples Boulevard, right next to Costco. So give them a call today at 239-596-4964 or on the web at floormeisters.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. I am often asked, what is the value of my case? The answer, of course, depends on your injuries, liability, and the damages to you financially. And it also very much depends on the law firm you hire to represent you. Many times, firms are hired without much thought or research. All firms are not the same, not even close. I know of firms and lawyers who haven't tried a case in years, maybe never. The insurance company knows who they are too. Some lawyers need the money more than you do. Go to forthepeople.com and look at our verdicts in court. Here you will see injuries just like yours. You will see what the insurance company offered and, more importantly, what a jury decided. You will have an idea what your case may be worth in our hands. And just because you've already hired a lawyer doesn't mean you can't fire them before it's too late. Happens all the time. For over 30 years, Morgan & Morgan has been here at your time of need. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. On your cell, dial pound law, that's all. Offices, Fort Myers and
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and yes, Ryan Hammond Painting and Contracting. I love these guys. I love the company. I can tell you personally, I've used them multiple times over 7 or 8 years. A company that's been in Southwest Florida since 2001. The great staff, the way they communicate, every idea that my wife had that she wanted to do with regard to painting and contracting, boom, just like that, they were on it. So what can they handle? How about anything to do with restoration or repair, coatings? Like the coating in my garage is amazing. They do over 700 clients annually. You don't have to take my word for it. They're one of the highest reviewed contractors for what they do, maintaining 4.9 to 5 stars, and I can see why. So you're thinking about a repaint, you're thinking about your garage floor, you're thinking about some remodeling. I'm telling you, Ryan Hammond Painting and Contracting. So give them a call today, 239-872-2559. That's 239 877-872-2559. See the experience that I have had with Ryan Hammond Painting and Contracting, and you will say it as well. They are the best.
Rockstar Harley has secured 0% APR financing on all new Harley-Davidsons this week. That's right, 0% APR. And financing terms that can save you thousands on interest. Over 300 new and used Harleys in stock at Rockstar Harley, ready for immediate delivery. Finance experts on site to get you approved. 0% APR on all new Harleys this week. Word up, yo. Buy a Harley and pay zero interest. Rockstar Harley-Davidson is the #1 volume Harley dealer in Florida. It's the best time to buy at Rockstar Harley. Under credit and Sunday.
Campaigns in North Carolina and Florida today, telling reporters during a Labor Day press conference at the White House.
We're currently witnessing the fastest labor market recovery from an economic crisis in history, world history.
Joe Biden at an AFL-CIO union headquarters in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, says about the president's coronavirus response.
He has just sort of waved the white flag on dealing with COVID, and all he wants to do is just reopen. But the way he's reopening is causing us to, shut down. Look what's happening with schools right now.
Election Day is in 55 days. At least 2 pro-Trump supporters are arrested during fights with Black Lives Matter protesters in Salem, Oregon. They caravaned there after a pro-Trump rally in Oregon City, about 40 miles away. America's listening to Fox News.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. A man's in the hospital after someone shot him in Fort Myers. It happened last night at the D&D grocery store in Chevron Station. Crime Stoppers is offering a cash reward of up to $3,000 for any information that leads to an arrest. Today, the woman accused of using Layla Aiken's death to steal your money is back in court. Randy Romanoff is one of the founders of Lights for Layla. Police say she spent thousands of dollars given to the organization to eat at restaurants, shop, and stay at a resort on Fort Myers Beach. The organization was supposed to raise money to make bus stops safer for children after a hit-and-run driver killed Layla at her Cape Coral bus stop. A kind stranger risked his own life to save 2 children from drowning at the beach, and now that family is searching for him so they can thank him. The Bowen family was out on their jet skis at Gasparilla Island State Park near the Boca Grande Lighthouse last weekend when a strong wave knocked 2 of their children into the water. Even with life jackets, the kids struggled, so that stranger jumped in to save them. The family believes the man is their guardian angel, but they only know that his name might be Freddie. President Trump will be in Florida today. He'll be in Jupiter highlighting what he's done for the environment. The president asked for $250 million in this year's budget, money to reduce discharges from Lake Okeechobee and increase water storage capacity. On Thursday, Democratic vice presidential nominee Kamala Harris will be in Miami. This will be her first in-person appearance in Florida since accepting the nomination last month. The man caught on video screaming racial slurs at a black woman in Collier County will face a judge today to set a date for his next hearing. Jeffrey Rouse is still behind bars after threatening that woman at a stoplight. His lawyer says Rouse is incompetent to stand trial. He's been institutionalized repeatedly for mental illness. Right now, the state attorney is considering adding a hate crime to the list of charges he's facing. A discount store is expanding to help you make ends meet. Sunflower Discount Market in North Fort Myers is booming in large part because of the pandemic. Sunflower fills its shelves with discontinued, damaged, or almost expired goods. The store sells them for about half off. Sunflower Discount Market will open up its next store in Englewood next month. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
Good Tuesday morning. Back to work and back to the roads. Pretty quiet commute out across most of Southwest Florida, but we are watching a crash in Cape Coral along Del Prado Boulevard North, just north of Kismet. That's going to be at Avril Boulevard. Northbound lanes are closed off after an injury crash from early this morning. We expect that road to start opening back up in the next hour or so, but we'll keep you updated as we get more details from Cape Coral Police. Looking clear on 41. Our bridge commute between North Fort Myers and downtown Fort Myers, nice and quiet. And the commute on the bridges between Cape Coral and Fort Myers on the midpoint and Cape Coral bridges, nice and clear. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After sunshine and some pretty quiet weather early on into your Tuesday, eventually we will see another round of scattered rain and storms this afternoon and this evening, capable of locally heavy rain. Watch out for some street flooding and cloud to ground lightning. 90 degrees today, 90 degrees for tomorrow as we rinse and repeat with more rounds of scattered showers and storms all the way towards your weekend. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
92.5 Fox News.
We are going to make America great again.
Right, all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. There's a trend in the air conditioning business with the rip-off companies to become plumbers, electricians, and air conditioning companies all at the same time. The stories we hear about huge plumbing and electric work rip-offs go right along with the scams these firms tend to run with the AC side of their business. If your company is advertising AC, plumbing, and electric, it's very likely one of those scam artist telemarketing companies with the bait and switch cheap service call. If you need a plumber, hire a plumber. If you need an electrician, hire an electrician. If you need to throw money down a hole, pick one of those multi-trade firms, and they're more than willing to take your money. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. Bryant, whatever it takes. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
Home is truly where the heart is. To protect it, you need top quality roofing installed by experts. That's why we chose CFS Roofing Services. Now my home's weather tight and beautifully resilient.
New roof leak from old Hurricane Irma damage? Insurance claim deadline is September 9th. Call CFS now for a free roof analysis. 561-2600 or cfsroofing.com. I'm David Crowther, and I approve this message.
Hi, this is Jay, president of Big Island Builders. When I came to Naples many years ago, I knew I could bring a totally different approach to building custom homes. But I had a problem. I had no contacts here in Naples, no architects knew who I was, and my competition wasn't exactly thrilled about making room for a new builder. For 2 weeks straight, I began to drive the neighborhoods that I wanted to build in. In that process, I found a man at his mailbox and I asked him if he needed any work done on his home. He told me he was glad that I showed up because he wanted to tear down this older home and build a brand new custom home. So that's how we broke into the Naples market. And today, that same drive, energy, and passion that started our company is what we continue to bring to our clients. We build top quality custom homes with passion for a fair price. Give us a call at 239-262-6867 or visit us at BigIslandBuilders.com.
At 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, our comfort specialists can handle any AC repair. Just call 855-1HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay time.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Listen up, men. I know you don't want to talk about ED. It's not going to go away, so stop ignoring it. Good news for all of us. Metro Men's Health makes getting the treatment you need easy, pain-free, drug-free, and affordable. While many places use pills or injections to treat ED, that's just the temporary fix and ruins that special moment. And while testosterone treatments can boost your energy, they don't fix ED. Metro Men's Health takes a different approach. They use the most state-of-the-art technologies and treatments that improves blood flow, which is really the source of the problem. There's no discomfort, and Metro Men's Health treatments don't just mask symptoms. They treat the condition. No painful shots, no hormones, no pills, just an easy and convenient treatment that actually works. If you don't see improvement, they'll give you a full refund. You've got nothing to lose and a lot to gain. Put that spark back in your life. Call 239-599-9900 to schedule a free consultation. That's 239-599-9900 or visit MetroMen'sHealth.com. Metro Men's Health.
Water is life in Southwest Florida. It drives our economy from tourism to fishing to boating and quality of life. This is Adam Botana from Baywater Exclusive Boat Club, and we talk water for an hour every weekend on Fox News Radio. We feature guests on water quality, water safety, and water fun, including great boating day trips and tips on fishing. Join us this Saturday at 7 a.m. for the Baywater Exclusive Boat Club Hour with Adam Botana on 92.5 Fox News.
You probably know Lusk Dray Sites in Talisano for car accidents and other personal injury matters. But did you know they have attorneys who specialize in many other areas of the law? Whether you're in need of creating or updating your will and testament, or need advice about divorce or child custody, they have an attorney for you. And unlike the all-too-familiar competitors, at Lusk Dray Sites in Talisano, you'll be meeting directly with the attorney handling your matter, not some coordinator or case manager looking to increase their numbers. Lusk Dray Sites in Talisano. They've been serving you for over 35 years. Have a family law question? Are you seeking a divorce or have child custody issues you need resolved? Do you need assistance with dividing property? At Lusk Dray Sites in Talisano, their attorneys can walk you through this difficult process as the needed advocate to protect your legal rights. They've been here for you in the past, they're here today, and will be here for you tomorrow. LDTlaw.com. Offices Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Naples.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
I don't even know what to ask you. I'm so nervous. I know you're married, but oh my gosh. You look like you've lost weight. Like in a good way, in a good way. If you could have any magical power, what would you have? Would you fly? I know you would fly. You would love to fly. I know it. I know. Who is your celebrity crush? What is your favorite ice cream flavor? If you were a unicorn, what would your favorite food be? I just really hope you win.
Okay, that is a woman on Twitter who was saying if Joe Biden were having a press conference, that's what journalists sound like. Those are the questions that journalists listen to. That again. It's so true. It's funny, but it's true. This is journalism today. Are you ready? This is journalism today, and this is what journalists would be asking Joe Biden during a press conference. This is how they act.
I don't even know what to ask you. I'm so nervous. I know you're married, but oh my gosh. You look like you've lost weight. Like in a good way, in a good way. If you could have any magical power, what would you?
That's pretty much it. They don't want to ask any tough questions. It's not going to happen. We'll save that for the president of the United States and Republicans and conservatives okay. 239-479-5592. That is the talk and text line. I want to remind you, 6:50 a.m. and 7:50 a.m. each and every morning, we play Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD, have a little bit of fun, and that is coming up in about 8 more minutes or so from now. So I want you to be ready for that. Drew's College, 6:50. That's coming up. Hope you'll play. All right, I mentioned it earlier. The president, speaking of press conferences, yesterday took an impromptu press conference. President answering questions. He doesn't have any problem with that. Be more than happy to answer any question that you have. Nothing is off limits. Nothing comes off a teleprompter or is handed to somebody. I'm not saying that Joe Biden and his handlers hand people questions to ask the former vice president, because that would be ridiculous. Oh no, that's exactly what they do. But let's get to what the president was asked yesterday.
Your tweet about the 1619 project. Yeah. Why do you object to that being taught in schools, and do you object to slavery itself being taught in schools?
Yeah. So no, I want everybody to know everything they can about our history. I'm not a believer in cancel culture, the good or the bad. If you don't study the bad, it could happen again. So I do want that subject studied very, very carefully and very accurately.
Okay, so there's one reporter asking about the 1619 project. Critical race theory came up as well. For those that don't know, 1619 Project, an imaginary tale that was written by a New York Times, journalist, reporter. You know how that goes. It's imaginary. Because life is just life is but a dream. Isn't that a song? It's wasn't that a 1950s? Oh, why am I asking you, Jake? How would you know about life is but a dream? There's a song in the 50s or something like that. I think it was actually, maybe you know it because if you remember Back to the Future. Wasn't it in Back to the Future or one of those movies? When I sing that, you have no idea when I'm...
No clue, man.
Appreciate you. All right.
No.
No, it's okay. I don't expect that you... Well, moving on. So the president talking about the 1619 Project and how it blames, says the United States 400 years ago, 1619 was when... slavery was introduced to this land and it was something that Europeans were doing. Nobody else was doing it. It never happened anyplace else, which, of course, is a flat-out lie. Slavery has been going on for thousands and thousands of years. We all know that. Hey, it's even in the Bible. But that's beside the point. But the 1619 Project and teaching about slavery, the president bringing up a very, very important point, which is nobody is suggesting to anyone, and not the president either, that we do not teach about our history because we don't want to repeat it. Critical race theory was brought up as well. Remember, it was all the unrest that's going on throughout this summer focuses on race and critical race theory, the idea that the U.S. is somehow inherently racist and everything that we do, everything that we are about is inherently racist, and we have to explain what that is and stop it by even going as far as it being taught to our federal agencies, because we want to make sure that everybody understands the racism that's out there that is inherently white. It's us all, America, white racists. And so white privilege, critical race theory has to be taught. Well, the president said, yeah, no, we're not doing it. We are not going to teach critical race theory or white privilege. We're not going to have seminars in the federal government to teach people about this, because you do understand that those that are teaching this are doing it because they are trying to destroy fundamentally this country. It's part of the uprisings and the unrest on our streets. Come to the president's attention that executive branch agencies have spent millions of taxpayer dollars to date training, quote unquote, government workers to believe divisive anti-American propaganda. Memo from the OMB, Director Russ Vaught, I'm reading. These types of trainings, quote unquote, not only run counter to the fundamental beliefs for which the nation has stood since its inception, but they also engender division and resentment within the federal workforce. The president has directed me to ensure that federal agencies cease and desist from using taxpayer dollars to fund these divisive, un-American propaganda training sessions. I may also throw out a little bit of something to think about here, and that's this. How about we get rid of a lot of federal agencies? You know, one way to stop the teaching at federal agency levels of critical race theory and white privilege is to get rid of most of them. You know, all the waste that we have in the federal government, all the agencies that we pay for that we don't need, redundancies and the like. It's not what we should be doing constitutionally anyway, but I digress. Let's hear more from the president and what he had to say about teaching slavery in schools. Big difference between teaching white privilege, critical race theory, America is bad, 1619, it was Europeans, it was the white man, it was how awful we are and you are and everybody is, and this is what we need to teach our kids, and explaining history and our history and not being afraid of teaching about our history, the good and the bad.
But we grew up with certain history, and now they're trying to change our history, revisionist history. That's why they want to take down our monuments. That's why they want to take down our statues. I saw something the other day which was absolutely horrendous. Washington Monument, they want to rename it. The D.C. committee, but the D.C. committee is all Democrats. Abraham Lincoln, Thomas Jefferson. I mean, we're talking about, this is the big stuff now. This is the big stuff. And they want to rename it. They want to redesignate it. They want to take some down. No, we don't do that. Never going to happen with me, I guarantee you that. Well, I want to thank you.
Yeah, okay, so never going to happen with him. And
this is the big stuff.
It's the big stuff. I think we have to make that a takeaway right now. It's the big stuff. And why am I bringing that up?
This is the big stuff.
What's the big stuff? The big stuff is Washington Monument, Lincoln Memorial, Jefferson Memorial, tearing them down, moving them somehow, some way, getting rid of them, changing the names to what? Who gets to decide the changing of the name? You get to figure that out on your own, and I think you know the answer. I bring this up because
this is the big stuff.
The big stuff we thought would never happen. the Confederate statues in certain states and flags and different things. Listen, that has to be done. You've got local people on a local level that will make those decisions. It's never going to get to the point where people would talk about tearing down the Washington Monument until there are people talking about tearing down the Washington Monument, because cancel culture does not stop. It won't stop until they ultimately cancel themselves out, which has to happen. And so I'm glad that the president was not afraid of that question, and I wonder how Joe Biden would be with that question. Say, look, we don't have any problem teaching about the slavery in this country. It's a fact. It happened. We don't have a problem teaching history in this country. We do have a problem with those that want to change it, that want to describe it and teach it in a different way, their way, as opposed to what's happening and what was happening in this country, what was happening globally, what was happening in areas, and specifically the slave trade in and of itself, and how slavery going on for thousands and thousands of years. And we get to talk about that aspect of it as well, right? Until we're told we're not allowed to talk about that. And that's a problem. There was more from yesterday in the president's little press conference there, audio that we will get to, including how the president said, look, the military doesn't love me. Why would the president say the military doesn't love him? What does that mean? So we'll get to that. And also, you're going to love this. I know this is going to sound hard to believe and crazy, but there was some United States Postal Service news that had to do with, how do I put this the right way? Dumping of mail out of a truck, undelivered, just this weekend. But that can't be, because that doesn't happen. The United States Postal Service, there's no way that that's going to happen, especially during an election year, until it does. And I have the audio proof. All right, 239-479-5592. Jake, time to fire up the music, because it is time right now for Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD, and for you to call right now, 239-479-5592. Call now, caller number 5. We will take your call right now, and you'll get to play Drew's College next on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
Good Tuesday morning. Back to work and back to the roads. Pretty quiet commute out across most of Southwest Florida, but we are watching a crash in Cape Coral along Del Prado Boulevard North, just north of Kismet. That's going to be at Avril Boulevard. Northbound lanes are closed off after an injury crash from early this morning. We expect that road to start opening back up in the next hour or so, but we'll keep you updated as we get more details from Cape Coral Police. Looking clear on 41. Our bridge commute between North Fort Myers and downtown Fort Myers, nice and quiet. And the commute on the bridges between Cape Coral and Fort Myers on the midpoint and Cape Coral bridges, nice and clear. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For your Tuesday, we will initially start quiet, then eventually this afternoon and this evening, we're going to be firing up another round of scattered rain and storms capable of locally heavy rain and some lightning. Temperature today of 90 degrees. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Rush Limbaugh. There's a new poll out there on higher education from the AP and the National Opinion Research Center, that's NORC, and the experts are said to be alarmed at the results. Now, according to the poll, a majority of young Americans between 13 and 29 agree that college can put people on a path to success, but only about 40% agree that a 4-year degree adequately prepares people for today's economy. Now, here's the part that experts find alarming. Half of these young Americans think that a Haskell education provides the skills needed to get a good job. 6 out of 10 think vocational schools are good. But the vast majority of young people, 73% of them, think the best preparation is job experience rather than a degree. Experts are distressed by the skepticism about the value of a college degree, and I'll bet the AP hated to report that young people's esteem for practical experience is shared by the Trump administration. which is pushed to expand apprenticeship programs. Now, what the alarmed experts miss are the reasons for these results. Many colleges, despite the ridiculous price tag, are nothing more than liberal indoctrination centers. Young people are figuring out that it makes no sense to go deep into debt for useless liberal degrees that don't prepare them for real life, like degrees in anti-corruption, rule of law. Anyway, all this is not alarming to me. It's very hopeful. You know, your monthly cell phone bill does not have to be an expensive proposition. Pure Talk USA gives you the same kind of coverage for far less money each month than the larger carriers. Pure Talk gives you the exact same coverage on the same towers as one of the larger carriers, but costs you half what you're likely paying now, with no contract and no excessive fees. Right now, enjoy unlimited talk, text, and 2 gigs of data, all for just $20 a month. The average person is saving $400 a year on their wireless bill. So do this. Grab your mobile phone, dial pound 250, and say Pure Talk. When you do, you'll save $250 off any iPhone, including the new iPhone SE. Dial pound 250 and say the keyword Pure Talk. Pure Talk USA, simply smarter wireless. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dialed text from Pure Talk USA.
Tougher than plastic, harder than wood. Nothing beats the power of steel.
True Steel, weekday mornings at 6 on 92.5 Fox News.
That's what sleeping with a CPAP sounds like. If you can't use CPAP, imagine pressing a button and it sounding like this. That's sleeping with Inspire. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body with one click of a remote. That's right, just a button. If you have sleep apnea, great sleep awaits at InspireSleep.com. That's InspireSleep.com. Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. No mask, no hose, just sleep.
Talk to your doctor to see if Inspire is right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
Pre-Labor Day clearance event going on now at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Lowest prices ever on over 1,500 new and certified pre-owned vehicles. All new Jeep Gladiator Overland lease, $399 per month. Grand Cherokee Limited or Ram Bighorn Crew Cab, lease for just $299 per month. That's right, loaded luxurious Grand Cherokee Limited or award-winning Ram trucks. Your choice, just $299 per month. Plus at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, you can drive payment-free for 3 months, interest-free for 6 years, and worry-free up to 100,000 miles. And our parts service and body shop are open to serve you. Pre-Labor Day clearance event featuring Ram Bighorn Crew Cabs and Grand Cherokee Limited for $299 per month at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com. 42 monthly, 10,000 miles per year, $42.94 due at signing plus tax, tag, title, 0, security deposit, $13.88 per month without bar for 72 months at 0% APR with 0 down with lender approval. Offers don't combine.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Gabe. Gabe is in beautiful L.A. How do I know? Because here's Gabe. Hey, Gabe.
Good morning, man.
Well, good morning, man. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD, and your associate's degree question, sir, starts right now. Hey, Gabe, can you name...
Hey, Drew.
Yeah. Wait, yes? What?
Before we start, I got to get a doctorate degree because my girlfriend's going to school to get her master's. So if I come home with a doctorate degree, and of course that means I'm a doctor. Right?
Yeah, it does. You did just don't touch me because you're sterile. Anyway, okay, here we go. Can you name one of our 2 senators, Gabe? Just one of them here in the state of Florida.
Mark. How about Rick Scott?
There you go. Rick Scott's one of them. All right. Yeah, Marco Rubio. Okay. Get an associate's to see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. Hillary Clinton was a senator, if you remember that. Which state was she a senator from?
Was it New York? New York?
Yeah, it was New York. That's correct. You got a bachelor's to see if you get a master's degree on this question. The CDC, we hear about the CDC all the time. What does CDC stand for?
Center of Disease Control.
That is correct, sir. All right.
You know, they're based out of Atlanta.
Yes, sir. All right, well, That's the next question I was going to ask. That's not really true, but give him a ding anyway. We don't have enough time. Give him the PhD, Jake. That is correct, sir. Yes, you got a PhD. Just go ahead and flash it in front of your girl's face. Well, don't do that. That sounded really. Hey, congratulations! Can you stay there, Gabe?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you back. All of that whole segment right there, every bit of that was.
I'll delete it.
Uncomfortable. No, leave it. It's for. Anyway, all right, 239-479-5592. Daybreak 92.5 Fox.
This is Daybreak 92.5 Fox News.
Pool need a checkup? Call the doctor, the Pool Doctor.
Hi, Dr. Mark here. Your old pool pump is an energy hog and likely your second greatest user of electricity. We'll install a new Pentair energy-efficient pump, saving you over $500 a year. We're a family company, and for over 40 years, we've been doing business right.
The prescription is the Pool Doctor for award-winning pool service, repairs, and unheard of $39 diagnostic calls. That's mypooldoctor.com or 239-574-1133. State certified CPC 057088.
Hello, Southwest Florida. I'm Anthony with the American Tradesman Show, and my guest, Gerald Prevet from B&K Water Extraction and Mold Services, and his brother Brian Prevet from Prevet Plumbing, and my partner Juan Silva from American Electrical. Join us each week, Saturday mornings between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m., where we talk about something new in the construction field, educating you on anything with the new codes, new requirements, and also the materials and the products that we use on these shows. So we look forward to you listening to our show. God bless America and Semper Fi. Hoorah!
It's time to clean out your files and finally get rid of that mountain of paper. Collier County residents can bring 20 pounds of documents for free shredding. The shredding event takes place the first Saturday of every month at a recycling center near you. The next event is Saturday, October 3rd. Shredding trucks will be on site from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. in Naples, North Collier, and Northeast Collier. Here's your chance to get rid of old confidential documents for free. For more details, visit colliercountyfl.gov/recycle.
The Diamond District has the largest selection of GIA certified diamonds at the most competitive prices in the world. Jason and Todd have partnered with De Beers in Canada and Africa, and they've traveled to Israel, Antwerp, and India to select the most beautiful diamonds. Visit the Diamond District today for your best diamond buying experience.
It starts with a wish, and with your help, it can end with a cure. Prostate cancer affects more than 2 million American men today. Help the Safeway Foundation and Stand Up to Cancer for all the men we love. To learn more about how you can help and to get the facts about prostate cancer, go to SafewayFoundation.org.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
92.5 Fox News. 92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station. 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News Update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. A man's in the hospital after someone shot him in Fort Myers. It happened last night at the D&D grocery store in Chevron Station. Crime Stoppers is offering a cash reward of up to $3,000 for any information that leads to an arrest. Today, the woman accused of using Layla Aiken's death to steal your money is back in court. Randy Romanoff is one of the founders of Lights for Layla. Police say she spent thousands of dollars given to the organization to eat at restaurants, shop, and stay at a resort on Fort Myers Beach. The organization was supposed to raise money to make bus stops safer for children after a hit-and-run driver killed Layla at her Cape Coral bus stop. A kind stranger risked his own life to save 2 children from drowning at the beach, and now that family is searching for him so they can thank him. The Bowen family was out on their jet skis at Gasparilla Island State Park near the Boca Grande Lighthouse last weekend when a strong wave knocked 2 of their children into the water. Even with life jackets, the kids struggled, so that stranger jumped in to save them. The family believes the man is their guardian angel, but they only know that his name might be Freddie. President Trump will be in Florida today. He'll be in Jupiter highlighting what he's done for the environment. The president asked for $250 million in this year's budget, money to reduce discharges from Lake Okeechobee and increase water storage capacity. On Thursday, Democratic vice presidential nominee Kamala Harris will be in Miami. This will be her first in-person appearance in Florida since accepting the nomination last month. The man caught on video screaming racial slurs at a black woman in Collier County will face a judge today to set a date for his next hearing. Jeffrey Rouse is still behind bars after threatening that woman at a stoplight. His lawyer says Rouse is incompetent to stand trial. He's been institutionalized repeatedly for mental illness. Right now, the state attorney is considering adding a hate crime to the list of charges he's facing. A discount store is expanding to help you make ends meet. Sunflower Discount Market in North Fort Myers is booming in large part because of the pandemic. Sunflower fills its shelves with discontinued, damaged, or almost expired goods. The store sells them for about half off. Sunflower Discount Market will open up its next store in Englewood next month. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
Right now, State Road 31 at North River Road in North Fort Myers. We have a serious injury crash, a medical helicopter landing there to pick up one person involved in that crash with serious injuries. Avoid it if you can. We know the roadway has been blocked off, at least southbound, if not in multiple directions right now on 31. Looking at Immokalee Road, you're also seeing major delays and roadblock with major southbound slowdowns along Immokalee right in the Orange Tree area at Oil Well Road because of a crash with injuries. 41 up to speed out across Fort Myers. Our bridge commute looking pretty quiet so far to start out your morning. State Road 82, though, slow in both directions between Sunshine Boulevard and Gunnery Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After sunshine and some pretty quiet weather early on into your Tuesday, eventually we will see another round of scattered rain and storms this afternoon and this evening, capable of locally heavy rain. Watch out for some street flooding and cloud to ground lightning. 90 degrees today, 90 degrees for tomorrow as we rinse and repeat with more rounds of scattered showers and storms all the way towards your weekend. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour. More delightful than driving a convertible Bentley while wearing mink underpants.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
The team at Best Home Services understands that this is a time of much uncertainty and much unknown. With this uncertainty comes feelings of fear and panic. Please know that we are here for you today, tomorrow, and into the future as we move forward together, safely and comfortably. We are all in this together, and as stewards of our community, we promise to continue to provide you the services needed to keep you and your family safe. You are not alone. Best Home Services, our family protecting your family.
For over 20 years, the Good Feet store has been helping people with foot pain get back to doing what they love without their feet getting in the way. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers.
Hey guys, did you hear the good news about our boys at National Exterminators?
Yeah, boss. You mean about the $46 hip fee?
Yeah, and National Exterminators just hired an old school killer.
Bugsy the Roach, Ratso the Rat, Tony the Termite, and the Anthill Mob better worry.
I'm gonna put a big bounty on them now. Hello, National Exterminators. Get me the masked man.
Hi-ho, Silver! Yes, Godfather. Me and my trusted partner Pronto will get it done fast. Hey, Pronto, the Godfather just called, and we have to wipe out the gang of critters out west.
Out west? West of what, Kimosabi?
West of Miami, of course. Hi-ho, Silver! Low prices today!
It's me, Ratso. I think we're done. The Lone Ranger and Pronto from National Exterminators has his corner.
Want to whack your gang of pests for only $46? Just call the boys at National Exterminators. Dial 239-46-NO-BUG and at 46nobug.com.
The National Exterminators.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
From 92.5 Fox News,
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
it's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. I am so glad you are here. You're joining us. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. You can watch streaming live. If you enjoy watching the show or having the option maybe in the future, you're watching on Facebook right now, please go to YouTube, subscribe to the channel. When you subscribe, this is what's going to help to keep this going and to even grow to a video empire. Well, not really. It's just it helps to keep this going. So if you would like to do that, please subscribe. It's free, and it helps to keep us going, and we do appreciate it. I know Jake had a fantastic Labor Day weekend. I hope you did as well. Jake had a chance to barbecue and play World of Screaming Lizards Skull Island Part 7. Is that what it was? What was the video? What was your video game du jour over the weekend there, Jake? Did you have one?
I've been playing Warzone.
What is that? And okay. And
well, you drop into a map with 100 other people, and the last man alive wins.
Fun. All right. Well, that's, it's a good way to spend 12 or 13 hours a day. I mean, it's no.
All day.
Yeah, no.
20.
But did you get outside at all?
Yeah. I opened the window. I moved my blind a little bit to let the sun in.
239-479-5592. There's the talk and text line. I want to thank everybody for showing up this weekend. It had to be exciting to be part of the Biden boat parade in Southwest Florida. The Biden boat parade must have been incredible. Now, I say it must have been incredible only because we have no documented evidence that there was a Biden boat parade, except for the fact that some local media outlets had headlines, for example, like this one in the news press: Southwest Florida boat parades on September 5th for Trump and Biden. Where was there a Biden parade? Like, do you realize how you lose your credibility as journalists? Do you realize how nobody will believe or trust you when you tell people that there was a Biden boat parade, but yet you don't show any evidence of there being one? And if there is one, it's not even close to being the size of the Trump parade all over Southwest Florida and all over the state. Record-setting numbers of individuals out on their boats in support of Donald Trump as president of the United States. Were there any, could somebody, 239-479-5592, either call and identify where this took place or show me, text me, documented photo or video evidence of a Biden boat parade? Go ahead. Yeah.
There's a Biden boat picture that someone sent in, but it's underwater.
Yeah, no, I saw that. Somebody sent a Biden 2020, and it's like half submerged amongst the mangroves.
It's been sitting there for a while.
Yeah,
you can see that it's got stuff growing on.
Yeah, I don't think that's real. Again, how do you do that with a straight face? I'm looking at some of the pictures on the news press, and I see a ton of boats for Donald Trump. I see 2020 Trump flags, Keep America Great, right? And I see a picture of 4 people standing in a park someplace holding some Biden signs. That's it. That's the big flotilla. There was no flotilla. It says a smaller group of supporters for Democrat candidate Joe Biden were also present at the park participating in their own event. Really? What event? What was it? Why would you even? Well, we know why. But again, you lose credibility when you tell us that there was a boat parade for Biden. But what boat parade? You don't even have any evidence. You don't need to show us evidence. And to try to even make the comparison that there was a boat parade for Joe Biden this weekend when there was a record-setting one for Donald Trump. Why would you do that? Just stop it. It's so crazy lately how things are, how we are trying to get information on all kinds of things that are going on in our world, whether it's the truth about Joe Biden and his mental acuity or lack thereof, and
facts.
Yeah. To the coronavirus and the latest and the truth. We have Joy Reid on MSNBC who's screaming at her TV. She's upset because there's students in Jacksonville that were at a game. What was it? Is this right? Let me see. Hold on. Yeah. Student athletes and fans were celebrating. High school football is back, and they were showing people in the stands excited about the high school football season as opposed to the National Football League, which we come to find out now we have people like the Dallas Cowboys who are getting ready to kneel during the anthem. They've got permission. The team is going to do. Well, I'm out. Well, I was out anyway. But Joy Reid, it's so dangerous. This is so dangerous. Large crowds watching football. We're still in a pandemic, people. This is what she's screaming. Are we really? We're really in a pandemic right now, are we? Trying to get the truth, trying to get information even on something like the pandemic. That was. Is it now? What are the numbers? What are the percentages? Who's going to take a vaccine? The president wants to let you know that people are working overtime to get a vaccine before Christmas. Soon there's going to be a vaccine out there because we were told by the mainstream media, by Democrats, by Joe Biden, by Kamala Harris, by anybody who would listen on the left, that we can't get back to any sense of normalcy in this world until we have a vaccine. We're told that we might be weeks, months away from one. And guess what, everybody? The goalposts have moved. Oh, no. Can't trust the president. If the president says there's a vaccine ready, I'm not taking it. And I'm not joking. Wait till you hear this audio. First, a little bit of Joe Biden, who, when last week was asked about mandating masks, vaccines, and the like, government mandates, saying that, I would have a mask mandate. There would be a national mask mandate. And people are like, I'm not sure if constitutionally you could do that. And then other things, like vaccines and the like. And over the weekend was asked about mandates, government mandates.
Well, I hope we can trust the governors. But here's the deal. Yeah. The federal government, there's a constitutional issue whether the federal government could issue such a mandate. I don't think constitutionally they could.
Okay.
Well,
so now Biden went from, hey, listen, mask mandates. I'm going to have a mask mandate if I'm president of the United States. And then all of a sudden now he's like, oh, constitutionally, I'm not really sure if you could do that. Hey, I just checked. Instead of just running my mouth, I decided to actually talk to some people about that. And there might be an issue with it, but don't let that stop you. So over the weekend, Bret Baier was asking Simone Sanders from the Biden campaign, hey, listen, if there's a vaccine, and look, for the longest time, you've told us this is the only way we're going to get back to some sense of normalcy. I mean, you got to have a vaccine. If you have a vaccine, then everybody gets a vaccine, then we're okay. Then we can get back out on to our businesses, back out on the streets, back out to football games, back out to the things we enjoy. And so I'm just wondering if there's a vaccine out there. Certainly Joe Biden's going to take it, right? I mean,
so if it comes out the last week in October and the FDA gives it the go-ahead, you're okay with that?
Yeah, right. I mean, you got a vaccine. This is what we wanted. This is what you've asked for. This is what you told us, that the only way that we are going to get back to normal on this planet is to have a vaccine. Simone Sanders, Biden campaign. I mean, Got one. Well, good, right?
Well, Brett, again, we all want a vaccine. The question is, how will it be distributed? Well, working families across this country, I just talked about the folks who work at cashier, who are working check cashing counters and work in grocery stores, and folks who are truck drivers. Will they have the ability to get this vaccine?
Why wouldn't they? Why would they not have the ability to get it?
We know that African American and Latino folks in this country are disproportionately affected by COVID-19.
Can I ask a question? Have we confirmed that? Because I know it was talked about early on in the pandemic, and I'm not sure that's where we stand now, but don't let the facts get in the way. You got to run with the narrative. I'm not really sure that's true. Go ahead.
Will those neighborhoods and communities across the country have the opportunity to receive the vaccine?
Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they?
That is the question. And if we look at just frankly how this White House and how the administration has handled the mitigation or the lack thereof of COVID-19, has handled, distributing personal protective equipment to folks across this country, there have been real issues. So we would hope that if a vaccine is available, that it is safe, but it's a question of, can the Trump administration distribute it equitably? And
Okay. Do you see what's happening here? Besides the question that everybody is asking, like, what are you talking about? How this is what the left does. This is what they always do. This is what Democrats do. This is what socialists do. This is what Joe Biden does. This is what Simone Sanders from the Biden campaign says. This is what the left in this country will continue to do, not only against this president, but in the future against anybody. And that is continually move the goalposts. What are you talking about? You insisted that we had to do all of. You got testing. Nancy Pelosi testing. We got tests going like a wazoo, out the wazoo, and I don't even know what that is, but whatever it is, and now all of a sudden, it's not enough. What are you talking about?
And they say they have a plan for that.
We don't know.
But will Joe Biden get the vaccine if it's available?
Yes or no?
Well, look, Brett, again, as I just noted, first and foremost, I think folks have asked, we've had lots of conversations about testing, right? And as folks know now, Vice President Biden and Senator Harris are being regularly tested, as are our campaign staff. But first and foremost, at the top of mind for Vice President Biden are the American people getting what they need.
All right, so they have no intention of taking a vaccine, worrying about a vaccine, caring about a vaccine. They never did. And they continuously, there you go, I said it correct. Move the goalposts. Constantly, that's all we get out of the left. Oh, it gets better because Kamala Harris asked the same thing over the weekend. Vaccines, what about vaccines?
Well, I think that's going to be an issue for all of us. I will say that I would not trust Donald Trump, and it would have to be a credible source of information that talks about the efficacy and the reliability of whatever he's talking about. I will not take his word for it.
So she won't take his word for it. So if the president says, hey, guess what, everybody? You asked for a vaccine, you got one. Vaccine for everybody. You ready to go? And there's Kamala Harris moving the goalposts along with Joe Biden. Well, Joe Biden really doesn't move from goalposts. Joe Biden could probably barely get out of a chair, let alone move a goalpost. But that's beside the point. No. Oh, if Donald Trump says we've got the vaccine, I don't trust him. I don't trust that its efficacy. I got to listen to the experts, and I'll take it from them. But if he's telling us there's a vaccine, no, it's got to be a Democrat vaccine. Like a Democrat has to actually make the vaccine in order for it to be effective. Listen, this is what we're dealing with. And if you think that that's bad enough, it gets even better. Because there was an article that was out, The American Mind and Michael Anton, about the coming coup and Democrats laying the groundwork for revolution right in front of our eyes. Listen, this election season, what is coming is going to be unlike anything you've ever seen before in your life. And it's not a net positive. And you talk about moving goalposts, you talk about what the left is willing to do right now. This is something that you're going to want to stay tuned for. Something that in some bits and pieces we've talked about in the past couple of weeks, but this article is, and some of the events over the weekend really lay it out about what he describes as a coming coup. What about that? It goes along the lines of moving the goalposts and what the left will do in this country and the narrative they will put out there and even some of the concerns about the virus itself. All right, we'll get to that coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along, let's find out what's going on with traffic right now. Here's, is it Therese O'Shea? Is that who? Jake, who's there?
Therese O'Shea?
It is Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. State Road 31 at North River Road backed up in all directions because of an injury crash. We know a medical helicopter had to land out there to pick up a person involved in that crash. Avoid the area for the time being. You're going to be stuck in about 5 miles of stop-and-go traffic out there. If not, State Road 82, very slow moving westbound from Sunshine to Gunnery. Also watching delays on Immokalee Road at Oil Well Road because of an injury crash there. Southbound Immokalee Road where it curves westward toward North Naples is very slow moving right now. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Authority. For your Tuesday, we will initially start quiet, then eventually this afternoon and this evening, we're going to be firing up another round of scattered rain and storms capable of locally heavy rain and some lightning. Temperature today of 90 degrees. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Blah, 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 blah. Gear up for the liberal loudmouths at work. Drew Steele, mornings on 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and yes, Ryan Hammond Painting and Contracting. I love these guys. I love the company. I can tell you personally, I've used them multiple times over 7 or 8 years. A company that's been in Southwest Florida since 2001. The great staff, the way they communicate, every idea that my wife had that she wanted to do with regard to painting and contracting, boom, just like that, they were on it. So what can they handle? How about anything to do with restoration or repair? Coatings, like the coating in my garage is amazing. They do over 700 clients annually. You don't have to take my word for it. They're one of the highest reviewed contractors for what they do, maintaining 4.9 to 5 stars, and I can see why. So you're thinking about a repaint, you're thinking about your garage floor, you're thinking about some remodeling. I'm telling you, Ryan Hammond Painting and Contracting. So give them a call today, 239-872-2559. That's 239-872-2559. See the experience that I have had with Ryan Hammond Painting and Contracting, and you will say it as well. They are the best.
Let's talk buttons. Not the buttons on clothes, the ones that do things. The ones that beg the question, what's that button do? There's just something satisfying about pressing buttons. And now, if you have sleep apnea and can't use CPAP, there's a button you can press that's really satisfying. It lets you go from sleeping like this to this. It's called Inspire, and it's as simple as, you guessed it, clicking a button. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body with one click of a remote. That's right, a button. Inspire is a small device implanted in a same-day outpatient procedure. Simply click the button on the Inspire remote before you fall asleep. As you sleep, Inspire keeps you breathing normally and sleeping peacefully. No mask, no hose, just sleep. If you're struggling with CPAP, great sleep awaits at inspiresleep.com. That's inspiresleep.com. Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. No mask, no hose, just sleep.
Talk to your doctor to see if Inspire is right for you and review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
The corona pandemic and crushing stock market have many Americans worried. Is a recession on the way? Don't let fear take over your emotion. Join me, Alfie Townsend, for Saving the Investor radio show this Saturday at 9 a.m., planning for retirement in a turbulent world.
Attention community heroes. Franz Eye Care would like to express their appreciation for all that you do as you serve on the front lines. That's why they're offering $1,500 off bilateral LASIK for first responders. All EMTs, firefighters, police officers, and critical care workers in hospitals and minor emergency clinics are eligible to receive this benefit now through May 31st. Dr. Jonathan Franz, one of the original pioneers in the field of LASIK surgery, and his expert team of surgeons at Franz Eye Care want to help you experience better vision and a better life without the hassle of contacts and glasses. In addition to this amazing $1,500 off LASIK special, Franz Eye Care is now offering free LASIK screenings through virtual consultations. Dial *** 2020 from your mobile phone today to schedule a virtual consultation at a convenient time for you. Thank you, first responders. We appreciate your sacrifice. Dial ** 2020 from your mobile phone.
Dial ** 2020. Friends Eye Care.
Pool need a checkup? Call the doctor, the Pool Doctor.
Hi, Dr. Mark here. Do the math. Taking care of your pool is probably not a good use of your time and money. Free $50 Bonefish gift certificates when you sign up for one of our award-winning weekly service plans. We're a family company, and for over 40 years, we've been doing business right.
The prescription is the Pool Doctor for award-winning pool service, repairs, and unheard of $39 diagnostic calls. That's mypooldoctor.com or 239-574-1133. State certified CPC 057088.
Thinking about new kitchen and bathroom countertops? Rock Solid's full granite slabs starting at $499, quartz $599, remnant starting at $150 means now is the time to save at Rock Solid. Rock Solid is a worldwide importer, certified fabricators, installers, true artisans and craftsmen. Shop direct. Don't get caught by hidden costs and delays from the big box stores. Call Rock Solid 239-596-7676. On the web, rocksolidnaples.com. Installation in about a week.
Rock Solid. We don't stop at just countertops.
Hi there, I'm Dr. Svetlana Kogan, a board-certified internal medicine concierge physician on 5th Avenue South. Almost 2 decades of clinical experience in New York taught me a lot about doctoring. My philosophy is that less medication is better. I prescribe healthy lifestyle, good food, and exercise to heal and prevent most of the health concerns. I teach my patients how to use herbs, vitamins, and supplements properly, and spend a great deal of time with each of my patients, empowering them with mind-body balancing steps to prevent illness and avoid hospitalization. If you're looking for an experienced doctor who is knowledgeable in holistic approach to health, check out my website, customlongevity.com. That's customlongevity.com to learn how becoming a part of my patient family can make you healthy and joyful again.
This Wink News Break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. A man's in the hospital after someone shot him in Fort Myers. It happened last night at the D&D grocery store in Chevron Station. Crime Stoppers is offering a cash reward of up to $3,000 for any information that leads to an arrest. Today, the woman accused of using Layla Aiken's death to steal your money is back in court. Randy Romanoff is one of the founders of Lights for Layla. Police say she spent thousands of dollars given to the organization to eat at restaurants, shop, and stay at a resort on Fort Myers Beach. The organization was supposed to raise money to make bus stops safer for children after a hit-and-run driver killed Layla at her Cape Coral bus stop. A kind stranger risked his own life to save 2 children from drowning at the beach, and now that family is searching for him so they can thank him. The Bowen family was out on their jet skis at Gasparilla Island State Park near the Boca Grande Lighthouse last weekend when a strong wave knocked 2 of their children into the water. Even with life jackets, the kids struggled, so that stranger jumped in to save them. The family believes the man is their guardian angel, but they only know that his name might be Freddie. President Trump will be in Florida today. He'll be in Jupiter highlighting what he's done for the environment. The president asked for $250 million in this year's budget, money to reduce discharges from Lake Okeechobee and increase water storage capacity. On Thursday, Democratic vice presidential nominee Kamala Harris will be in Miami. This will be her first in-person appearance in Florida since accepting the nomination last month. The man caught on video screaming racial slurs at a black woman in Collier County will face a judge today to set a date for his next hearing. Jeffrey Rouse is still behind bars after threatening that woman at a stoplight. His lawyer says Rouse is incompetent to stand trial. He's been institutionalized repeatedly for mental illness. Right now, the state attorney is considering adding a hate crime to the list of charges he's facing. A discount store is expanding to help you make ends meet. Sunflower Discount Market in North Fort Myers is booming in large part because of the pandemic. Sunflower fills its shelves with discontinued, damaged, or almost expired goods. The store sells them for about half off. Sunflower Discount Market will open up its next store in Englewood next month. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
Good morning. State Road 31 at North River Road backed up in all directions because of an injury crash. We know a medical helicopter had to land out there to pick up a person involved in that crash. Avoid the area for the time being. You're going to be stuck in about 5 miles of stop-and-go traffic out there. If not, State Road 82, very slow moving westbound from Sunshine to Gunnery. Also watching delays on Immokalee Road at Oil Well Road because of an injury crash there. Southbound Immokalee Road, where it curves westward toward North Naples, is very slow moving right now. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After sunshine and some pretty quiet weather early on into your Tuesday, eventually we will see another round of scattered rain and storms this afternoon and this evening, capable of locally heavy rain. Watch out for some street flooding and clouds or ground lightning. 90 degrees today, 90 degrees for tomorrow as we rinse and repeat with more rounds of scattered showers and storms all the way towards your weekend. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
When your liberal relatives from up north come for a month, turn up 92.5 Fox News in the house, in the car, and on the radio at the beach. 92.5 Fox News. Run all along.
You want a new look for your kitchen, but you really dread the thought of subjecting your home and family to the mess and fuss created by weeks of remodeling? Cornerstone Builders has the solution. They can give your kitchen an entirely new look in a matter of days, not weeks. Stand by for the phone number to schedule your free in-home consultation. Cornerstone will save you a lot of time and thousands of dollars with a custom kitchen reface. This 4-step process includes 15 cabinet doors, 5 drawer fronts, and includes relaminating your cabinet exteriors, plus new hinges and new knobs or handles. Best part? The price. Just $38.20 for a beautiful thermofoil reface or $78.20 for maple wood reface. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation. 239-332-3020. That's 332-3020. 239-332-3020. Cornerstone Builders in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Naples, and Marco Island. With 30 years and 22,000 satisfied customers. You know they're gonna wow you.
At 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, our comfort specialists can handle any AC repair. Just call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay time.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
One thing we've all learned from this devastating pandemic is that preparedness provides protection. Hurricane forecasters are calling for an above-average season this year. So now is the time to take steps to protect your home from Mother Nature's worst. Hi, I'm Keith from Storm Shield. Our mission at Storm Shield is to provide the very best storm protection available and to make the process as easy as possible. Don't take it from me, though. Listen to what our customers say or check out our testimonials online at stormshieldSWFL.com.
Yes, my name is Dwayne Channel. Storm Shield Windows, they were the only company that had the hurricane windows that we were looking for. Our best decision we made was purchasing Storm Shield windows.
Storm Shield's windows and doors reduce the exterior noise by up to 80%, and our clients typically see an average energy savings of 40%. Why choose Storm Shield? Because everyone deserves the best. Call us today at 239-491-7002 or visit stormshieldSWFL.com.
So I gotta ask, what's stopping you? If you're one of the millions of men over the age of 50 who suffer from some form of erectile dysfunction, don't you want some solutions? Metro Men's Health offers a proven treatment program with over 85% of its clients reporting success. So are you afraid of pain, downtime, or surgery? Metro Men's Health offers no pain, no needles, no pills, no surgery, and no downtime. Instead, Metro Men's Health offers what's called focused linear compression therapy. It's a proven therapy that opens up and revitalizes your blood vessels for better blood flow. It's that simple. And since the staff is professional and understanding, there's no need for embarrassment either. So I have to ask you again, what's stopping you? Call Metro Men's Health today. Get your questions answered, meet with the doctor, understand the process, and get started. Call 239-599-9900 or go to metromenshealth.com. That's 239-599-9900 or metromenshealth.com. Metro Men's Health can help.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, streaming live on YouTube. If you want to watch, subscribe to the channel. We always appreciate that. Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. You go there and subscribe. It helps to keep us going on the channel, and we do appreciate it if you subscribe. By the way, it's free. When you do that, you get an alert. Tells you when we're up and running, and so you can watch at your convenience. And peruse shows from the past as well. So a little bit of everything. And this, before we get to calls, 239-479-5592, before we get to Drew's College of Political Knowledge for questions on politics, the more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. That coming up at 7:50. I just need my morning cup of Joe. And I need it. Well, are you there? Are you ready? I need it right now. Here you go.
Sit back with your morning cup of Joe.
Not a joke.
And I would like to know, what will your administration do to help them give them that chance? Thank you.
Move it up here. There used to be a basic bargain in this country.
Okay. It's Joe Biden answering some questions, AFL-CIO on Labor Day, asking questions from people who are there in the union. And Joe Biden needed them to move the questions up on his teleprompter because he couldn't see it. So he's moving up there.
Move it up here.
Come on, move it up here. I can't see anything. Let's go. That's okay. That's a guy that I want to get out and start a boat parade. By the way, did we have I have a couple of people that called that maybe witnessed this magical, mystical, mythical Biden boat parade that took place over the weekend. I know that one happened because the news press and some other local media outlets were kind enough. I'm not sure if that's the word. Maybe. Well, whatever. They said Southwest Florida boat parades on September 5th for Trump and Biden. Now, we know about the Trump boat parades are legendary. You probably have a neighbor near you that was there or witnessed it taking place, the Trump boat parades across the state, record-setting boat parades here in Southwest Florida. In Jupiter, we knew about, you probably saw on the news, and other places around the country. Joe Biden apparently had one too, I love how the news press throws that in, for Trump and Biden. Biden had one. Yeah, they did. Gary is on the line right now. Gary, so you know about the Biden boat parade? Where did it take place? When was this mythical boat parade?
Good morning, Drew. Love your show. It was at Horton Park, just there on the southwest side of the Midpoint Bridge. It was more or less a counter protest to the thousands upon thousands of boats that showed up for Trump that day. It was held by Cindy Banyan, the Democratic candidate for CD19 for Congress.
Uh-huh.
And they had a phone number on their Facebook event. I called it. It was a DC number. And it was just kind of asking, what kind of plans they had. And they just wanted people to come out on their eco-friendly watercrafts, such as paddleboards or kayaks, and bring a lot of noisemakers. So basically, I think I seen 8 people show up maybe on the shore, and they had some plastic trumpets and noisemakers, and pretty much doing the same thing they've been doing since 2016, is just whining and bitching that Donald Trump won. And the kicker was that the name of their boat parade was SHIP, as in pirate ship, Ship for Brains, Trump Regatta. So basically, they just came out and mocked the thousands upon boats that were out there to show support for Donald Trump.
So there were 8 people, basically, and all they were doing is making noise. Kind of like what leftists do, they get in your face. They decide that they're going to show up where you're at a restaurant, and like Black Lives Matter did over the weekend, and going to places in Rochester and the like, and going and making tons of noise so you can't enjoy your dinner, because that's what they do. Is they're peaceful. It's not about disrupting or doing anything the like. It's all peaceful until it's not. Every time.
But they were sure to be animate. That they did call the media and that the media was going to be present. So make sure you come out there with your Biden Harris shirt.
Yeah,
because they were animate that the media was going to be there.
Yeah, well, I don't know if they were, but they sure made it sound as if there was some big parade. But okay, so a couple of people making some noise. Thank you, Gary. I appreciate you. Denali's in Cape Coral. You saw some boats? Is that right? You saw a Biden boat?
I saw one.
You.
One Biden boat.
Where
it was
what?
Weaving its way through the hundreds of Trump votes. We exchanged pleasantries. I waved. He waved. He never smiled, though. Looked like an angry liberal.
Well, that's how that goes. All right, so one boat. One boat. We saw one boat there in the Biden flotilla. That's all you need is just one. All right, then, Ollie, I appreciate you. There you go. So you had one. And
Not a joke.
Not a joke. All right. But, the media here in Southwest Florida, our local media, looking at the news press, Southwest Florida boat parades on September 5th for Trump and Biden. One boat. But we had to throw that in there because, I'm looking at pictures. Thousands of people. Hundreds of boats. It's unbelievable how many there were out there. But we had to throw in Biden at him too, Gotta be kidding me. But I'm not, because that's what we have here. Even locally, we have people who would love nothing more than to make you believe that there's support for the former vice president in Southwest Florida and across the country. By the way, in case you're wondering, apparently a lot of money's being spent here. I was looking at a couple of tweets put out by a couple of individuals. This one by David Chapman. I'm not sure who he is, but he's a historian. I don't know, but he's following what is going on with the numbers and what kind of money is being spent. For example, in the state of Florida, campaign spending by state. Joe Biden is not marching Trump in. It says Biden's not marching Trump in Florida. Curious, Ohio, Texas, Georgia, and Arizona clearly not in play for Biden. Michigan and Wisconsin, highly competitive. Trump seems to have an advantage in North Carolina. Donald Trump spending $36 million on ads and buys in the state of Florida. Joe Biden's pretty much spending almost all his money in the state of Florida, $21 million to be exact, all on TV ads because he's trying to make a presence here before he shows up in the state and has any kind of ground game going. And I'm looking at some of the other monies that's being spent, and not a whole lot in other places. $4 million to Trump's $18 million in Ohio. What does that tell you? But yeah, the presence here in the state of Florida and Joe Biden and the support, it's going to be interesting to see how the support plays out, not only in the state but across the country. But I did bring this up before, and I'll mention it now, and I'll talk a little bit more in detail about how this is playing out before our eyes. The coming coup, Michael Anton and the American Mind. AmericanMind.org is the article. Democrats are laying the groundwork for revolution right in front of our eyes. As if 2020 were not insane enough already, we have Democrats and their ruling class masters openly talking about staging a coup. You might have missed it. With the riots, lockdowns, other daily mayhem we're forced to endure in this the most wretched of years in my lifetime, but it's happening. And he brings up a couple of points that you have to listen to and take away, not only here in the state, because you got to know it's coming and you got to be ready, what's happening across the country. We heard about the president in talking down to, disparaging our troops and as losers and suckers. And this is the new narrative put out there by The Atlantic that was out there by the sycophants for Barack Obama and Joe Biden, and this story that was perpetrated that I know for a fact, talking to people that I know, friends that I know, who said, listen, people that were there, that were on the ground when we're told that the president in France did not want to go to visit along with other leaders to visit the gravesites of our fallen heroes and wouldn't do it. And we come to find out that the fact of the matter is that because of weather, there was 100% possibility that we were not going to fly, that the president was not going to fly that day. And there was no way to get a caravan on the ground to safely 90-minute drive, transport the president of the United States from where he was to where he needed to be. That's just a fact. But allegations made by, the heard it from a friend, heard it from a friend, the whole REO Speedwagon, it's Take It on the Run, whatever that is. How You have people who won't go on record. It has to be the unverified sources. You know how the unreliable sources, the kind of CNN Brian Stelter thing going on, that we heard it from somebody who heard it from somebody that, the president said this, but nobody will come out on the record, even though there were more than 10 people, and they keep coming out each and every day on the record to say that what the Atlantic story was talking about did not happen, is a flat out lie, 100% a lie. But that story is out there. And what is this about the military? Started with the military brass quietly indicating that the troops should not follow a presidential order. This back to the Michael Anton story about a coming coup and what Democrats are planning on doing. They were bolstered by many former generals, including President Trump's own first Secretary of Defense, who stated openly what the brass would only hint at. Then, as nationwide riots really got going in early June, the sitting Secretary of Defense himself all but publicly told the president not to invoke the Insurrection Act. His implicit message was, Mr. President, don't tell us to do that because we won't. And you know what happens after that. All this enthused Joe Biden, who threw subtly to the winds. The former U.S. Senator, Vice President, has not once but twice, but thrice confidently asserted that the military will, quote, escort Trump from the White House with great dispatch. Should the president refuse to leave, another former Vice President, Al Gore, publicly agreed. One might dismiss such comments as the ravings of a dementia patient and a has-been who's never gotten over his own electoral loss. But before you do, consider also this. Over the summer, a story was deliberately leaked to the press of a meeting at which 100 Democratic grandees, anti-Trump former Republicans, and other ruling class apparatchiks got together on George Soros's dime. These are facts. To game out, quote unquote, various outcomes of the 2020 election. One such outcome was a clear Trump win. In that eventuality, former Bill Clinton White House Chief of Staff John Podesta, playing Biden, refused to concede, pressured states that Trump won to send Democrats to the formal electoral college vote and trusted that the military would take care of the rest. Does that worry you? It should. They gamed this out, everybody. They're talking about what is not a conspiracy. A conspiracy would be something that you would not talk about openly. You would leave behind closed doors. Here they are conspiring against this election, against you, against the vote, openly putting all the pieces in place. 100 people get together on George Soros's dime, gaming out outcomes. One of them being that Biden would refuse to concede and then pressure states that Trump won to send Democrats to the formal electoral college vote. In other words, a state like Michigan, for example, just pick one out of the blue. A state like Michigan, who we are told doesn't have enough time to count the votes, needs time, even though there's a clear Trump win. They've got to wait days or weeks to come up with it. Then all of a sudden these votes come in late, and then we're told that Joe Biden actually won, where a Democrat-led government in Michigan sends Democrats to formally elect Joe Biden the president because this is what they think the result is. I'm talking about turning things upside down. Now, if you want some evidence, some proof that these dots are starting to be connected right now, leading us up to November 3rd, stay where you are. Because when you hear the audio out of Michigan and the secretary of the election there on Meet the Press, it was with CNN over the weekend, you're going to go, if you're watching on YouTube, my mouth is open. What? The audio is going to shock you coming up. And some more as well to foment exactly what this article is talking about. We'll have that in just a second. All right, 239-479-5592. Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD right now. I need you. Caller number 5 right now, 239-479-5592. Caller number 5, you play Drew's College. Next on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along. Teresa O'Shea has your traffic.
Watching major backups along State Road 31 and North River Road in North Fort Myers because of a serious injury crash. Medical helicopter landed there to pick up one person involved with injuries with that crash. But we're seeing southbound backups for a good 4 to 5 miles heading from the Charlotte County line down toward North Fort Myers. So avoid the area for the time being if you can. We're also watching a crash on Immokalee Road at Oil Well Road in the Orange Tree area, causing delays southbound on that stretch of Immokalee where it curves westbound heading into North Naples. Looking at some slowdowns along State Road 82 still between Sunshine and Gunnery. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For your Tuesday, we will initially start quiet, then eventually this afternoon and this evening, we're going to be firing up another round of scattered rain and storms capable of locally heavy rain and some lightning. Temperature today of 90 degrees. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Serving up a tray load of truth today on 92.5 Fox News. News and smart views.
Boy, I'll tell you, you've got to trust what is coming out of your faucet, the water that you're drinking. The only way you're going to know, really know what's there in your water is to have it tested. This month is the month to take control and call the local pros at Pentair Water Systems. Find out what's really in your water with a Pentair Water System. I'm telling you, you're going to love the way your water tastes from every faucet. The Pentair Smart Combo salt-free alternative reduces 99% of scale and 97% of chlorine guaranteed, and lugging in bags of salt, nope, no more. And the Advantage Salt System for you, well, that system tackles the hardest water. And here's the thing, this month, you can take $199 off installation of your whole home Pentair water system. So let Max, he's your local Pentair water specialist, find out the solution that's right for your city or well water. Find out what's in it. With their new white glove service program, they can even maintain your system for you as well. So here's the number. Call them, find out now, 239-880-7799 or schedule online at pelicanwestfl.com.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Dan Martineau here, owner of D.R. Martineau Roofing of Southwest Florida. I've been repairing and replacing roofs for 27 years. We operate with integrity, knowledge, and service. Google DRM Roofing or call 239-332-1441.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
When the unexpected comes calling, bounce forward with Comcast Business. Bounce forward fast with internet speeds of up to a gig. Bounce forward on a network that helps keep connected devices protected. To learn more, go to ComcastBusiness.com.
True relief for back and neck pain. At Johnston Spinal Care 596 Back, if you're suffering with a spinal-related problem, pain, numbness, or weakness, through the use of spinal decompression therapy, we've helped hundreds and hundreds of local residents return to a pain-free, productive life. People who once suffered from stenosis, sciatica, bulging, or herniated discs and thought there was no solution are now living pain-free. Spinal decompression is relaxing and painless, while it gently eases pressure off painful nerves and spinal discs. No pain, no needles, and no surgery. I've successfully been using spinal decompression in Southwest Florida for over 13 years, and the results are only getting better. Take your life back. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation to find out how spinal decompression can help you. Johnston Spinal Care, 596 Back. 596-2225. That's 596-2225.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
Let's go to Tom in Naples. Hello there, Tom.
Hello.
Hello. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD or associate's degree question, sir. Starts right now. Hey, Tom, who won the nomination? Yeah, who won the nomination for the Democrat Party to run for president in 2016?
think Hillary Clinton.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got an associate's bachelor's on this question. Who's the only president to serve more than 2 terms? More than 2 terms.
Roosevelt.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. Let's see if you get a master's degree on this question. We know, let's see. There you go. The 2 parts of the United States Congress. What are the 2 parts of Congress?
House of Representatives and Senate.
That is correct, sir.
Legislative, judicial.
All right, you got a master's. We'll see if you get a PhD on this question. In 1974, he was sworn in as president of the United States following Richard Nixon's resignation. Who was he?
Gerald R. Ford.
That is correct, sir.
Gerald Ford.
Well, congratulations. You got yourself a PhD today on Drew's College, Tom. So that's a big deal.
I'm glad I didn't embarrass myself.
Well, and so am I. And I wouldn't expect that you would do that anyway, sir, because you're listening to this program. So certainly you were right all along. See what I did there? See? All right, stay there, Tom. Don't go anywhere, okay?
Thank you.
All right, I thank you, sir. All right, when we come back, more from this article, the coming coup, Michael Anton in the American Mind, and also some United States Postal Service news.
Is Daybreak.
92.5 Fox News.
1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating. Always on time, or you don't pay a dime. Please visit us at www.onehourairnaples.com or call 844-1HOUR.
I'm Harvey Massey. At Massey Services, we know every lawn is unique and requires customized care. That's why our environmental approach includes aeration, which allows water and nutrients to reach the roots of your lawn, as well as an irrigation program which ensures proper coverage and reduces water waste. With Massey's Green Up program, you'll enjoy a healthy and a beautiful lawn year-round. That's Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jonathan France. See your future in 2020. We know that weakened vision can limit our ability to enjoy day-to-day activities. And with the clear advantage of the Panoptix lens, seeing without glasses for distance driving, computers, and reading is now possible. This is the first and only trifocal lens that is designed to be used to help people get 20/20 distance, near, and in between. Most importantly, I've been doing cataract surgery for over 30 years. Trust me when I say this to you, experience matters. Quality outcomes matter. Reputation matters. And most importantly, I want you to know that I'm going to treat you like a member of my own family. You deserve to see your future in 2020.
Dial star 2020. France, I care.
Lead, inspire, change the world again. Join thousands and find which volunteer opportunity is best for you. Call 1-800-424-8867 today or visit www.getinvolved.gov. This message is brought to you by the Corporation for National and Community Service in this station.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News Update is presented by CFS Roofing. Online at cfsroofing.com.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. A man's in the hospital after someone shot him in Fort Myers. It happened last night at the D&D grocery store in Chevron Station. Crime Stoppers is offering a cash reward of up to $3,000 for any information that leads to an arrest. Today, the woman accused of using Layla Aiken's death to steal your money is back in court. Randy Romanoff is one of the founders of Lights for Layla. Police say she spent thousands of dollars given to the organization to eat at restaurants, shop, and stay at a resort on Fort Myers Beach. The organization was supposed to raise money to make bus stops safer for children after a hit-and-run driver killed Layla at her Cape Coral bus stop. A kind stranger risked his own life to save 2 children from drowning at the beach, and now that family is searching for him so they can thank him. The Bowen family was out on their jet skis at Gasparilla Island State Park near the Boca Grande Lighthouse last weekend when a strong wave knocked 2 of their children into the water. Even with life jackets, the kids struggled, so that stranger jumped in to save them. The family believes the man is their guardian angel, but they only know that his name might be Freddie. President Trump will be in Florida today. He'll be in Jupiter highlighting what he's done for the environment. The president asked for $250 million in this year's budget, money to reduce discharges from Lake Okeechobee and increase water storage capacity. On Thursday, Democratic vice presidential nominee Kamala Harris will be in Miami. This will be her first in-person appearance in Florida since accepting the nomination last month. The man caught on video screaming racial slurs at a black woman in Collier County will face a judge today to set a date for his next hearing. Jeffrey Rouse is still behind bars after threatening that woman at a stoplight. His lawyer says Rouse is incompetent to stand trial. He's been institutionalized repeatedly for mental illness. Right now, the state attorney is considering adding a hate crime to the list of charges he's facing. A discount store is expanding to help you make ends meet. Sunflower Discount Market in North Fort Myers is booming in large part because of the pandemic. Sunflower fills its shelves with discontinued, damaged, or almost expired goods. The store sells them for about half off. Sunflower Discount Market will open up its next store in Englewood next month. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
Watching major backups along State Road 31 and North River Road in North Fort Myers because of a serious injury crash. Medical helicopter landed there to pick up one person involved with injuries with that crash. But we're seeing southbound backups for a good 4 to 5 miles heading from the Charlotte County line down toward North Fort Myers, so avoid the area for the time being if you can. We're also watching a crash on Immokalee Road at Oil Well Road in the Orange Tree area, causing delays southbound on that stretch of Immokalee where it curves westbound heading into North Naples. Looking at some slowdowns along State Road 82 still between Sunshine and Gunnery. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After sunshine and some pretty quiet weather early on into your Tuesday, eventually we will see another round of scattered rain and storms this afternoon and this evening, capable of locally heavy rain. Watch out for some street flooding and cloud to ground lightning. 90 degrees today, 90 degrees for tomorrow as we rinse and repeat with more rounds of scattered showers and storms all the way towards your weekend. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour. The antidote to the anti-conservatives. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Southwest Florida is our home, and there's a lot to love. Our community gatherings, our sporting events, our quality health care and education, and our natural resources, just to name a few. It's why we call Southwest Florida our home, and it's why we love living here. As residents of Southwest Florida, we're strong, compassionate, and capable. Let's protect what and who we love by following CDC guidelines. Together, we can protect our home and each other. For more information about CDC guidelines, visit legov.com/COVID-19.
Home is truly where the heart is. To protect it, you need top quality roofing installed by experts. That's why we chose CFS Roofing Services. Now my home's weather-tight and beautifully resilient.
New roof leak from old Hurricane Irma damage? Insurance claim deadline is September 9th. Call CFS now for a free roof analysis. 561-2600 or cfsroofing.com. I'm David Crowther, and I approve this message.
Let's talk buttons. Not the buttons on clothes, the ones that do things. The ones that beg the question, what's that button do? There's just something satisfying about pressing buttons. And now, if you have sleep apnea and can't use CPAP, there's a button you can press that's really satisfying. It lets you go from sleeping like this to this. It's called Inspire, and it's as simple as, you guessed it, clicking a button. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body with one click of a remote. That's right, a button. Inspire is a small device implanted in a same-day outpatient procedure. Simply click the button on the Inspire remote before you fall asleep. As you sleep, Inspire keeps you breathing normally and sleeping peacefully. No mask, no hose, just sleep. If you're struggling with CPAP, great sleep awaits at inspiresleep.com. That's inspiresleep.com. Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. No mask, no hose, just sleep.
Talk to your doctor to see if Inspire is right for you and review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. So glad you're here. 239-479-5592. The talk and text line streaming live on YouTube. Anytime you want to watch, we do appreciate it. At Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. Please subscribe to the channel while you are there. It helps to keep us going, and it's free. So thank you very much for that. Hey, all you Biden supporters out there that were out at the big Biden boat parade. I'm so glad that you're joining us this morning. I hear there were a ton of you. I mean, it was something that you could challenge the president's boat parades because I was told that the news press, actually, and other local media outlets telling us that there was a Southwest Florida boat parade, both Trump and Biden. I'm sorry, I just can't get past that. It's just so annoying. It's so disingenuous, and I don't know why you would do that. I know you want to make it seem like there's support for Joe Biden here in Southwest Florida. I mean, there is. There are, 6 or 7 people that are definitely looking forward to voting for the former vice president. I get it, but come on. You're going to mention a Biden regatta, supposedly. This group that's going to go out and have a couple of boats out there and try to cause noisy, trouble against the hundreds of boats and the thousands of people all across the state that are doing Trump boat parades. Please spare us. Don't. What you did. All right. Anyway, so there's a lot to get to this morning, including some pretty shocking audio that is going to support this coming coup narrative from Michael Anton in The American Mind, talking about how Democrats, dirty, shady, nasty, what they're planning on doing, and how this battle for November 3rd is not something that is going to be won, and you're going to have the election take place, and then once Democrats realize that they lost the election, that they're going to just walk away. No, it's not going to be that way. And what they are planning is dirty and devious and detrimental to our... dirty, devious, and detrimental. You like that? How about that, Jake? That is alliteration right there.
Pretty clever.
That's right. And I'll explain coming up. Look, as long as we're not hearing any crazy stories about... I don't know, United States Postal Service mail being dumped in the back of a building or anything ridiculous like that. You never hear anything like that. This just in.
Mystery in Glendale. Someone dumped bags of letters, boxes, and other items at 2 different places.
What? What is this about?
Cameras at 7Q Spa were rolling early yesterday morning as a budget box truck backed into the parking lot. Moments later, you see bag after bag being tossed out of the back and onto the ground.
Made United States.
A spa worker who found the bags took this video and discovered they were filled with hundreds of unopened envelopes and packages from the United States Postal Service.
What? Yeah, just in case you were wondering whether or not there's an issue with mail-in balloting and the possibility of fraud, and when you mail in ballots and you have tens of thousands, tens of millions of ballots across the country going out indiscriminately, whether or not there could be trouble. Here is a story Town Hall reported the United States Postal Service investigating an alarming mail issue in Southern California. There you go. Caught on surveillance camera outside of a spa, a rental truck. Backing up, a guy jumps out, unloads bags of mail and boxes. There they are from the United States Postal Service, but nothing to see here. Move along. Everything is fine. You have nothing to worry about. Yes, you do. Now, as disturbing as that story is, and coming out of California, and I wonder what was in those bags of mail, and whether or not that was sort of like a test run. My words, I don't know what it was. Listen to this. Now, I go back to this story that I talked about before, the coming coup, Michael Anton, the American mind. Democrats are laying the groundwork for revolution right in front of our eyes. How there were 100 Democrat grandees, anti-Trump former Republicans, and other ruling class apparatchiks getting together on George Soros' dime to game out various outcomes of the 2020 election. And one outcome was a clear Trump win. In that eventuality, the former Bill Clinton White House Chief of Staff, John Podesta, playing Joe Biden, refused to concede, pressured states that Trump won to send Democrats to the formal Electoral College vote, and trusted that the military would take care of the rest. This is what they're planning. Now, if you're saying, well, how does that work? Here's how it works. You begin the process right now of letting people know that there is a very good possibility that what I'm about to play for you is going to play out. Not my words. John King, CNN, speaking with the Democrat Michigan Secretary of State, Jocelyn Benson. And I want you to listen to this exchange. And it's not just her answer that I want you to listen to. It's how he sets it up. Listen carefully, everybody.
As you know, there's been talk in recent days of this so-called red mirage. So we could have 11 p.m. midnight on election night, and the President of the United States, or Republican candidates down ballot as well, perhaps too, leading in Michigan, leading in North Carolina. But, an important but, there's a giant basket of votes still to be counted. How long?
Before you hear her answer, did you hear what he said? There is this talk that the media now is starting to ramp up of a red mirage, of a Trump victory, a big Trump victory across the country, and even in states like Michigan, North Carolina, swing state, maybe some others, where election night, 11 p.m., we start to see everything's counted and Trump's winning big. But it's a mirage because none of the other votes that have been put out there, the mail-in ballots, not absentee, not people asking for it, receiving it, and then either sending it back or dropping it off personally. But these mail-in ballots that are thrown out there into the ether, we're told there's hundreds of thousands of voters that now will be disenfranchised if we don't count all of those votes, not knowing where they went, who they went to, when they came back, if they came back in time. That this is the game, everybody, and it goes right back to what this article said. Don't think for 1 minute that this is conspiracy theory. It's not conspiracy theory if they're telling you and telegraphing what they're going to do. Here is their plan. This is one of their plans. One such outcome was a clear Trump win. Just like John King on CNN said, this red mirage, it's a clear Trump win. What do you do next? Listen to what she says you do next. This is the Michigan Secretary of State. And her answer is...
Well, we're anticipating that we're going to have twice as many ballots sent through the mail or voted early than ever before in the history of our state. And we're dealing with the same infrastructure because the legislature has not given us more time to, on the front end, process and even begin opening envelopes.
Okay, so they can't begin opening envelopes. They don't have enough money or things that they need to be able to do this properly. There's no way we would be able to count all of these ballots at least that night, if not the next day. We don't have the infrastructure. We can't do it. And we know that more than ever now, there are going to be mail-in ballots out there because it's been the narrative that's been pushed. We have to do mail-in balloting. We've got to mail them in. It's the only way to do it because we're in the middle of a pandemic and we can't show up. Well, we can show up, but we're told that we can't.
Until Election Day morning. If that doesn't change, it may be until Friday evening before the full results of Michigan's elections are in. And if that's the case, then I'm going to spend every minute between when our polls close and when we have the full results proactively letting everyone know that until every vote is counted, we will not be able to say who won any race, and that's the way it should be.
We won't be able to say who won any race. That's even Republicans' down ballot. She's talking about Friday. The vote is on Tuesday. It could be longer than that. The point is this. They're letting us know that this is what's going to happen. Not what might happen, but what's going to happen. It feels as if there is an anticipation right now that the president is going to win big. This red mirage, as CNN's calling it. To say that Republicans won big, down ballot, that the president won big. Oh, no, just wait. Because we have to make sure every vote is counted. And we'll take all week. We'll take longer if we have to. And then the other side of it. Pressure states that Trump won. So Michigan, Trump wins. She's saying, no, we got to wait until everything is counted. They count all of these mail-in ballots till Friday, maybe the following Monday or Tuesday, a week later, maybe 2 weeks later to get every vote counted. All of a sudden, we find out that, hold on a second, looks like Joe Biden won Michigan. And just like that, the state sends Democrats to the formal electoral college vote and votes for Joe Biden for president instead of Donald Trump. You got a problem with that? Hey, listen, if there's unrest in the streets, we got a military to handle that. Does it sound outrageous? It sounds conspiratorial and outrageous and crazy until you start to realize that they're not even hiding it. They're telling you that this is what's going to happen. They're telling you that this is what they're planning on doing. I would love to be able to say, all you have to do is show up and vote and everything's going to be fine. And that's how we beat this down. And that's how we stop any of this from happening, right? Well, maybe in the state of Florida we do. And maybe in the state of Florida we trust the people running our elections in, let's say, Collier and Lee County, because we've been doing absentee for a very long time. And the process has been smooth because the people that are working behind the scenes are trustworthy, as opposed to places where not so much. Call it what you will. But that this is now playing out before our eyes, and we have to be aware of it, because if it happens in another state like North Carolina or Michigan or other places, we may not see the same results. All right, we got more on that and some more audio coming up on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Let's find out what's happening with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Watching major backups along State Road 31 at North River Road in North Fort Myers because of a serious injury crash. Medical helicopter landed there to pick up one person involved with injuries with that crash. But we're seeing southbound backups for a good 4 to 5 miles heading from the Charlotte County line down toward North Fort Myers. So avoid the area for the time being if you can. We're also watching a crash on Immokalee Road at Oil Well Road in the Orange Tree area, causing delays southbound on that stretch of Immokalee where it curves westbound heading into North Naples. Looking at some slowdowns along State Road 82 still between Sunshine and Gunnery. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For your Tuesday, we will initially start quiet, then eventually this afternoon and this evening, we're going to be firing up another round of scattered rain and storms capable of locally heavy rain and some lightning. Temperature today of 90 degrees. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
92.5 Fox News, making Southwest Florida great every day. 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, it's Jake DeMolino here from Daybreak to talk about AMCO of Bonita Springs. Everyone's been affected by the pandemic, and I was definitely no exception. But here's the thing. I had an issue, a well-known issue, a lot of you know about. Kevin and Todd came to the rescue, effectively giving me my life back. They put their expertise to work on my transmission. That was completely shot. His master mechanic told me that it was probably the worst transmission he's seen in his 30 years of working. And let me tell you, he knocked it out of the park. He helped me, and I'm sure he can help you as well. AMCO of Bonita Springs has been trusted in Southwest Florida since 2008. They've been through pandemics, recessions, you name it. They're located right off of Burnwood Drive in Bonita, an independent, conservative AMCO dealer whose award-winning customer service speaks for itself. They work on all makes and models, and they don't just do transmissions. They can do oil changes, normal maintenance, tires, you name it. For those of you out there with classic cars, there's no one I could trust more than Kevin and Todd with something I know you cherish and is so near and dear to you. So give Kevin and Todd a call at AMCO of Bonita Springs. 239-992-2626. 239-992-2626. A big thank you from Jake DeMolino for AMCO Bonita Springs.
A big part of enjoying a good bike ride are all the sights you see along the way.
So when David and I both developed cataracts, it didn't take long for us to do something about it.
Turns out some of the best cataract surgeons in the world are right here in our area at Community Eye Center.
We really care about improving people's lives by improving their vision.
Dr. Spalding and Dr. Spatafora really do care about helping people, and we're so glad they helped us.
They're excited. We share in that excitement. It makes us feel great about what we do.
Hi, this is Dr. Scheibel from Community Eye Center. My partner, Dr. Spatafora, and I want to remind everybody, don't be a spreader. The coronavirus is so tiny, 100 million particles fit on the head of a pin. As we run around in our trucks and cars and play golf and go fishing and go to work and do the things we like to do, we are spreading the virus. The virus can only move with us. Over 65, diabetes, COPD, all these folks will be hurt severely by this virus. Wash your hands, be careful, don't be a spreader.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana Kia.
Why pay more for a used car or truck? Pre-Labor Day clearance event going on now at Galliana Kia in Fort Myers. 2020 Kia Forte LXS lease, just $49 per month. That's right, a new car for just $49 per month. 2020 Kia Rio, just $13,990. Yes, $13,990. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Galliana Kia has lenders to get almost anyone approved. Plus, we'll take any trade, in any condition, even if you're upside down. Why? Why buy an overpriced used car when you can buy a new car for less? Brand new Kias, just $49 per month.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana Kia.
Pre-Labor Day clearance event going on now at Galliana Kia, 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com. 24-month lease, 12,000 miles per year, $39.99 due at sign plus tax title dealer and acquisition fee. 0 security deposit with lender approval expires month end.
Are you ready to embark on your healthcare journey? At Millennium Physician Group, we want you, our patient, to be in good health always. That's why we created our Destination Health New Patient Program. It's all about partnering with your primary care provider to achieve the best healthcare outcome for you. Now, are you ready for the journey of your life? Connect with Millennium Physician Group and be on your way to Destination Health. Call 844-CALL-MPG. 844-CALL-MPG, MillenniumPhysician.com.
Planning your retirement is hard enough. Add in the uncertainty of an election year, a record 10-year-long recovery, and your own concerns about the markets and investments, and you may feel the need for an expert opinion. Join us for the Annex Wealth Management Show, where we'll take a look at what's happening in the world around us and how it could impact your retirement plan. The Annex Wealth Management Show, Sundays at 8 a.m., right here on 92.5 Fox News.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Hey, I heard that looks like the Dallas Cowboys are giving the go-ahead, the green light, to go ahead and kneel during the national anthem being played at Cowboy Stadium, or when the players get ready to play. You know, I think this week is the beginning. I don't even know. I don't even know because I'm out. That's it. That's I don't need any more of that. It was hard enough to even follow the Kentucky Derby, and even the call of the Kentucky Derby this weekend. Did you hear the Kentucky Derby was taking place, Jake? Did you know that?
No, sir.
Yeah. Did you hear the call? I mean, it was confusing enough to listen to the call of that race.
I did not.
Yeah.
And they're off. Homeschooling is starting out slow but gaining momentum. Here comes Kellyanne's daughter, and she's pulling away. Wildfires is coming on strong from the outside, followed by I'm sick of politics. Sadly, COVID weight gain is bringing up the rear. And California roasts is really heating up as the field makes their way toward the backstretch. Mulan's release is out in front, followed by binge-watching Netflix. Violent protest is overtaking quiet downtown. Meanwhile, social distancing is keeping things honest. And down the stretch they come. NFL season is bearing down. It's wildfires. It's I'm sick of politics. And I'm sick of politics wins it by a landslide.
Not sure if that was the actual event, but it sure could have been. All right, top 5 audio clips of the day, 5 at 8:35. Coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
That's what sleeping with a CPAP sounds like. If you can't use CPAP, imagine pressing a button and it sounding like this. That's sleeping with Inspire. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body with one click of a remote. That's right, just a button. If you have sleep apnea, great sleep awaits at inspiresleep.com. That's inspiresleep.com. Inspire. Sleep apnea innovation. No mask, no hose, just sleep.
Talk to your doctor to see if Inspire is right for you and review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
Time's running out to win $1,000 a day for life from Publishers Clearinghouse. Enter at PCH.com and you and your family could soon be celebrating the win of a lifetime. Don't miss your chance to win $1,000 a day for life on October 31st. Go to PCH.com before it's too late. That's PCH.com. Better hurry if you want the next big winner to be you. Enter now at PCH.com. Entries due 10/28. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited.
When the idea of divorce becomes a reality, you need someone on your side. If you are a man in this situation, you should consider contacting Cordell & Cordell, who has helped men navigate complex family legal issues for 30 years. Visit us at CordellCordell.com to learn more.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Miami area attorneys. Online at CordellCordell.com. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Cordell & Cordell, Miami, Florida. Lisa Carges, Florida resident partner. Announcers are not licensed attorneys.
Pool need a checkup? Call the doctor, the pool doctor.
Hi, Dr. Mark here. LED color-changing pool lights can create an after-dark backyard oasis. Pick your color or select one of the light shows. You can see how dramatic it really is on our website. We're a family company, and for over 40 years, we've been doing business right.
The prescription is the pool doctor for award-winning pool service, repairs, and unheard of $39 diagnostic calls. That's mypooldoctor.com or 239-574-1133. State certified CPC 057088.
For over 20 years, the Good Feet store has been helping people with foot pain get back to doing what they love without their feet getting in the way. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers.
Serving Southwest Florida since 1977. To learn more and schedule an appointment, visit firstclassairconditioning.com.
First Class Air Conditioning. Our name says it all.
This Wink News Update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. A man's in the hospital after someone shot him in Fort Myers. It happened last night at the D&D grocery store in Chevron Station. Crime Stoppers is offering a cash reward of up to $3,000 for any information that leads to an arrest. Today, the woman accused of using Layla Aiken's death to steal your money is back in court. Randy Romanoff is one of the founders of Lights for Layla. Police say she spent thousands of dollars given to the organization to eat at restaurants, shop, and stay at a resort on Fort Myers Beach. The organization was supposed to raise money to make bus stops safer for children after a hit-and-run driver killed Layla at her Cape Coral bus stop. A kind stranger risked his own life to save 2 children from drowning at the beach, and now that family is searching for him so they can thank him. The Bowen family was out on their jet skis at Gasparilla Island State Park near the Boca Grande Lighthouse last weekend when a strong wave knocked 2 of their children into the water. Even with life jackets, the kids struggled, so that stranger jumped in to save them. The family believes the man is their guardian angel, but they only know that his name might be Freddie. President Trump will be in Florida today. He'll be in Jupiter highlighting what he's done for the environment. The president asked for $250 million in this year's budget, money to reduce discharges from Lake Okeechobee and increase water storage capacity. On Thursday, Democratic vice presidential nominee Kamala Harris will be in Miami. This will be her first in-person appearance in Florida since accepting the nomination last month. The man caught on video screaming racial slurs at a black woman in Collier County will face a judge today to set a date for his next hearing. Jeffrey Rouse is still behind bars after threatening that woman at a stoplight. His lawyer says Rouse is incompetent to stand trial. He's been institutionalized repeatedly for mental illness. Right now, the state attorney is considering adding a hate crime to the list of charges he's facing. A discount store is expanding to help you make ends meet. Sunflower Discount Market in North Fort Myers is booming in large part because of the pandemic. Sunflower fills its shelves with discontinued, damaged, or almost expired goods. The store sells them for about half off. Sunflower Discount Market will open up its next store in Englewood next month. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
After sunshine and some pretty quiet weather early on into your Tuesday, eventually we will see another round of scattered rain and storms this afternoon and this evening, capable of locally heavy rain. Watch out for some street flooding and cloud to ground lightning. 90 degrees today, 90 degrees for tomorrow as we rinse and repeat with more rounds of scattered showers and storms all the way towards your weekend. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Plug into the power. 92.5 Fox News. Trust all along.
Hi, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomato Sports Page. These are stressful times. There's turmoil all around us, from our personal concerns about health, family, and finances to our feelings about those who trash this great country, its traditions, its protectors, and its flag. I want to scream and make my voice heard, but instead I'm part of the silent majority, those who are dependable, caring, fair-minded, fiercely patriotic, and who every day help to make America great. Stevie honors the silent majority every day by serving our award-winning food and beverages. Relieve today's stress during our happy hour with a great meal. Choose fall-at-the-bone ribs or the best burgers in town, great pizza and more. Most of all, sit down, relax, eat, and drink with others of the silent majority. Stevie honors this great country, its traditions, and the sacrifices made by all those before us and today. Our servicemen, our policemen, our firemen, and doctors, nurses, homemakers, and all others of the silent majority. God bless you, and God bless America, and most importantly, vote. Stevie Tomatoes, Naples, Fort Myers, and Cape Coral.
Slider man, slider man. We make your patio door slide like new, slide like new. Slider man, this is our mission, to put your sliding glass door back in top condition. Slider man, we make your patio door slide like new, slide like new. Slider man.
Call Sliderman toll-free, 866-594-1969.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Stay break 92.5 Fox News 239-479-5592. The talk and text line. We are always streaming live on YouTube. I'd love to hear from you. On YouTube, streaming live, all you got to do is to subscribe to the channel, Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. It's free to subscribe. You'll know when we're live. And you can even comment on the page as well. So there you go. All right, here we go. Top 5 audio clips of the day. It's the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Number 5.
But Biden shipped away our jobs, threw open our borders, and sent our youth to fight in these crazy, endless wars. And it's one of the reasons the military, I'm not saying the military is in love with me, the soldiers are. The top people in the Pentagon probably aren't, because they want to do nothing but fight wars so that all of those wonderful companies that make the bombs and make the planes and make everything else stay happy. But we're getting out of the endless wars. You know how we're doing it. We defeated 100% of the ISIS caliphate, 100%. When I came in, it was a mess. It was all over.
That's a little bit of the president yesterday at a press conference talking about how, listen, the soldiers love the president. Well, I guess it's the industrial complex, the military, the people in the Pentagon don't very much. How many presidents do you know, or maybe future presidents, could speak directly to that issue and say, listen, he's not been a fan of endless wars, the wars that we've been in the past. And many people have debated that issue, even all the way back to 2016 when he was talking about that issue and how people really weren't sure about where he stood on other things. But that has never changed. And how many people do you know can speak that confidently to that issue and not be afraid to say those things? And is he right?
Number 4.
Mystery in Glendale. Someone dumped bags of letters, boxes, and other items at 2 different places.
Cameras at 7Q Spa were rolling early yesterday morning as a budget box truck backed into the parking lot. Moments later, you see bag after bag being tossed out of the back and onto the ground.
Made United States.
A spa worker who found the bags took this video and discovered they were filled with hundreds of unopened envelopes and packages from the United States Postal Service.
Should we be worried about that? Just weeks before a national election, and we come to find out that the United States Postal Service, somebody decided to dump large bags and packages from the Postal Service off behind a spa. I mean, it seems like everything is going to be really secure. I'm not sure what to think at this point.
Number 3.
Trust the governors, but here's the... Well, I hope we could trust the governors, but here's the deal. The federal government, there's a constitutional issue whether the federal government could issue such a mandate. I don't think constitutionally they could.
That was Joe Biden in an interview with, I guess, KTVK on the West Coast, admitting that the federal government can't mandate wearing masks. There might be something sticky about that Constitution that might get in the way of the of this whole idea of the government mandating masks, but yet we're still talking about doing it locally, and we keep doing these kinds of things, even though on top of that we have no definitive evidence to show that mask mandates even work. But you go ahead and control.
Number 2.
Well, I think that's going to be an issue for all of us. I will say that I would not trust Donald Trump, and it would have to be a credible source of information that talks about the efficacy and the reliability of whatever he's talking about. I will not take his word for it.
Oh, she won't. Okay, that's Kamala Harris right there, who wanted to let everybody know in an interview on CNN over the weekend about vaccine and vaccine safety. And the fact that the left in this country has said time and time over and over and over. I mean, Nancy Pelosi
bowl of doggy do
has constantly told us that the only way that this country is going to get back to any kind of normal is if we have a vaccine. That's what we need to do. So the president goes out and everybody together is trying to create this vaccine, only to find out that Kamala Harris says, well, as far as the vaccine goes, yeah, if the president tells us that it's ready to go and we're ready to take I don't trust that guy because what? What does he want to do to you? What do you think is going to happen? Are you moving the goalposts again? Yes, you are.
Number 1.
David Jackson, USA Today. My question is about the Durham report, which you have talked about recently. You said, let's see what happens. Now, you've accused people of committing crimes against you during the Russia investigation.
Yeah, sure. They spied on my campaign. That's right. They spied on my campaign. And if they were Democrats, they would have been in jail 2 years ago. They would have been in jail. Literally, if this side were the Democrat side, they would have been in jail 2 years ago for 50-year terms for treason and other things.
My question is, do you want the Justice Department to indict people over this?
I'm not going to say that. I have to see the report. I haven't seen it. I don't know if that was a good thing, smart thing. I don't know. But nobody can complain about it. I have every right to have been very much involved. And maybe someday I'll get involved in it. They spied on my campaign, and that includes Biden and Obama.
Is he wrong? It's once again at the press conference yesterday, and the president being pressured, and this idea of indictments. How dare you talk about indictments?
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
I mean, really, you think this whole thing isn't true? I mean, you with the help of Russia, that's how you won the election. They keep talking about that as if it's the truth. And the president has to continue to explain to people, and oftentimes people are saying, why does he do this? Why is it at a press conference he's bringing it up again? Because he has to. Because if he doesn't use these moments in time to say these things, then the other side, people that are out there who watch and may watch these press conferences to hear what the president has to say, will never get the truth. They'll never find out what happened. They'll never know about Obama and Biden spying on a United States citizen to win an election. They'll never hear any of these things, right?
People would say, and some people, well, but he was the president, let's leave him alone.
Talking about Obama.
If it were me, they wouldn't be leaving me alone, I can tell you. It's a totally double standard, and it's a disgrace. And if I were a Republican senator, and if I were a Republican congressman, and we have some great ones, but we have a lot of them that don't fight the way that the other side fights. We have much better policy. We have much better things going for us, like borders and walls and immigration and no sanctuary cities. And they have a lot of bad stuff going. But they're dirty fighters. And the dirtiest fight of all is the issuance of 80 million ballots. Unrequested. They're not requested.
Well, first of all, on the first part of that, he's right. He's right. Who fights? Who's out there fighting? Who's out there that's pushing back? That, well, as a conservative, I would speak to this directly. As a conservative, that your policies are the right policies, the ones that are going to bring the country forward, that are going to move an economy. And Republicans right now have the right policies to move the country forward. And yet you have Republicans who are talking about working across the aisle and they don't want to push back. This president pushes back. Where are the other members of Congress that will do the same? Now, something that came up, the president was talking about being spied upon, indictments, Durham and the Durham report. Are we ever going to see anything happen with the Durham report? And Trey Gowdy was on over the weekend with, and I just wanted to bring this up quickly before we move on, with Maria Bartiromo and talking about the Durham report and what we may or may not see. And he said something that I've said on numerous occasions that people don't like to hear. He kind of intimated at it over the weekend, but I'll say it. And I want you to listen to a little bit of the conversation where he's talking about the Durham report and what we may see moving forward.
To access documents that Devin and Ratcliffe and I never got to see. He's going to access documents that the FBI never shared with Congress. And he'll write the definitive accounting of what happened. Whether or not there'll be more indictments or not, Maria, I don't know, and I like to assume that there will not be. And I know that that puts me in a small minority, but I'm assuming that the Klein-Smith indictment will be the only one. But I would liken it to Secretary Clinton. She was not indicted, but when the jury in November of 2016 met, they did mete out punishment. They did mete out accountability.
All right, let me stop there. Two things to take away from that you're not going to like. I'm just putting it out there. First part of it, he says, look, if in his eyes, if you're looking for more indictments coming down Klein-Smith, the guy at the FBI there doctoring up documents in order to get that FISA warrant and what he did. And are there going to be more indictments? John Brennan, that's where the conversation started. Are we going to see? I don't think you're going to see anymore. I don't think the Durham report's going to come across with anything like that. I just think that the best you can expect out of all of this is that we will know the truth. We'll know everything that happened. We'll be able to call it out if somebody ever tries to do it again. But I know, look, I'm not saying it's the answer you want to hear. I'm not saying it's what should happen. I'm saying what is probably going to happen is nothing. Is we're going to know the truth. We're going to have more and more evidence coming out about what happened. And nobody's going to be held accountable. And it stinks, and I know it, and I don't want to say it that way, but I think even that's what Trey Gowdy is talking about as well. And then his whole thing is, well, don't worry about it because November 3rd's coming. And just like with Hillary Clinton and everything that we found out, you, the American people, got to decide. You were the judge and jury, and you decided no, and that's why Donald Trump became president of the United States. You know, in the perfect world, in the constitutional republic that we are, in the not banana republic that we do not want to be world, that's exactly the way it should play out. The unfortunate thing is that we have Democrats. We have radicals. We have socialists, we have progressives, we have radicals right now that have been unleashed to the point where they're not going to back down. Over the weekend, you probably saw the video, Black Lives Matter, you know, the peaceful protesting of Black Lives Matter, walking up to people in restaurants in Baltimore, I think it was, no, Rochester, or was it Baltimore? And going up to tables and smashing glasses and making people get up and get out in big bullhorns. And all weekend long, that's the kind of disruption that was happening. You think it's going to stop because Joe Biden becomes president or Donald Trump becomes president and tries to put an end to it? You think all of it? They're not going to go away now because this is something that's been unleashed that is open now. And they have Democrats and the media on their side to allow this to happen. Unfortunately, it's going to take a whole lot more for it to be upended. And I bring this up because of what we may see. And I talked about this earlier about what could possibly be happening, about how the president could win the election outright on November 3rd. Just see big, huge numbers. This red wave across the country, only for Democrats to say, no, you got to wait for all the ballots to come in, all those mail-in ballots that we've been telling people that have to come in because you don't want disenfranchised voters. And then as the numbers start to get counted in these votes where you don't know where they came from, you don't know if they came in on time, you don't know who the person is, whether they're alive or dead, or it's Fluffy or the kitty or whatever it is. And then they all get counted. And then all of a sudden you see a Biden winning that state, that area, and then that state sending electoral college votes to vote for Joe Biden instead of Donald Trump. Like all of these crazy things that you would imagine in a million years could not happen in the United States would be happening now because of what the left in this country is planning on doing. But you see all of this taking place and it's on display in so many different ways. I mean, I could just give you pieces of headlines before we go. Just some headlines that you can tuck away for the rest of the day, and I'm sure you're going to hear about this throughout the day today. Headlines like the New York Post. It's now looking like the lockdowns may have been a huge mistake. For the New York Post, this big story about what we did and how there's no evidence now to show that it was the right move when we have places like Sweden who did not, and they are fine. The numbers, we've never before responded to a contagion by closing down whole countries. The 1957 to 58 Asian flu killed between 70,000 and 116,000 Americans, between 0.04% and 0.07% of the nation's population. The 1968 to 1970 Hong Kong flu killed about 100,000, 0.05% of the population. The U.S. coronavirus death toll of 186,000 is 0.055% of the U.S. current population. It'll go higher, but it's about the same magnitude as those two flus, and it's been less deadly for those under 65 than the flus were. Yet, there's no statewide lockdown, no massive school closing, no closing of office buildings and factories, restaurants and museums. No one considered shutting down Woodstock in the 60s. Woodstock! So then why did this happen? I'll let you fill in the blank. Democrat Michigan Secretary of State. It could take a day. It could take, a week after the election for the final results to come in. For the final results to come in Michigan. And then to be tabulated. And who knows what happens after that and how long it will take for Michigan to finally get what they want. Joe Biden to become the electoral choice by the Electoral College in the state for president, even if Donald Trump wins on November 3rd. All of this is playing out in real time, and it's not conspiracy theory because they're admitting as much. It's all happening. And to just keep an eye on it. All right, 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line, streaming live on the YouTubes each and every day. At Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. Please subscribe if you're there right now. Subscribe to the channel if you're not and you enjoy watching. We appreciate you, and it's free. Just go there and subscribe. This way you can continue to watch on YouTube and Facebook. All right, let's find out what's happening with the remainder of the forecast with Wink News meteorologist Matt Devitt.
For your Tuesday, we will initially start quiet, then eventually this afternoon and this